In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie in the morning while I'm driving. Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Hey, stop the music, stop the music, stop the music. Hey, foot soldier, how are you doing? You are one of 4 people. Grand rising. You other 4, hit the like while you in the clouds. Okay, let me remove my kitty cat. Hold on one second. So how has it been? It is good to see you. You're good. How about yourself? I am doing well. We are officially living out the part of history that makes school kids ask, why didn't anyone do anything to stop them? Grand Rising, Queen Diva, it is good to see you as well. Thank you for dropping through. So we are definitely living in that point of history. In my opinion, I was looking for something and uh, I ran into this saying, and I wonder what answer some of us will have to give these screwed over school children. But first of all, I would like to announce that I will be doing my coffees and conversations. My next coffee and conversation is coming up sometime in the month of June. I'm thinking the mid or kind of late June, I will be doing this. If you want to participate in the coffees and conversations, I will have my supply list out that you need with all the measurements that you would have to have pre-cut. This is a very simple project. I am kicking it up a notch where, I want to be. So if you want to be there with me, come on out. I will have the list up and I will keep you abreast on the coffees and conversations that I am doing. Come out and create with me. Good morning, between pages. Grand Rising. I appreciate your support between pages. So let me see. I have been saving stuff over in my pictures, and I haven't been showing you guys. I want to go through some things. Okay, this is one of the things that I was saying. Talking about the Washington Post. Remember when 4547 came back from the Middle East saying that he had secured this this uh, this much from this person, this much from that person, all of these contracts and billions of dollars that he had uh, procured over in the Middle East for the United States. 4547 is taking credit for Middle East deals that predate his presidency. The administration announced 8.5 billion in projects involving the Texas energy company McDermott, but the company previously announced contracts for that initiative during who? Joe Biden. He didn't want to blame that on Joe Biden during Joe Biden's presidency in 2023 and 2024. So, that is one of the projects when you hear how much money that he procured for the United States over in the Middle East. And allegedly, that is not the only contract. Uh, we talked about Moody's cutting the credit rate, but they also cut the deposit rating at major banks at the downgrading. So, I believe that's the cut in the bonds market, where when people are unsafe in going to the stock market, they usually go to the bond market because it's less volatile for them to save money. So you will be able to save less money in buying bonds. Okay, indicting free speech. There's a lot of YouTubers, any YouTubers who do news. Um, and much like me, I was hesitant to use certain words to describe obvious things like genocide and things like that. We've seen college students being arrested and thrown into concentration camps for saying the obvious, for saying that genocide needs to stop. We have seen people go to jail for this, go to uh, not jail, deportation camps for this. So the reason why I think a lot of YouTubers are, on the fence and this, that, and the other, and having backup websites so you can connect with them is because they understand that the important thing about everything that's going on, about the laws that they want to take down, like habeas corpus, are things you don't take these laws down for one group of people. Once you suspend a habeas corpus, it's suspended for everyone in the nation. So, what we see exhibited on these students who are over here on visas or people who have green cards, once they soften your mind that it's okay, they can make it okay for any group of people, is my point. So that and that's the indictment of free speech. The indictment of free speech 4547 said that he is now okay. So I talked to you guys about the Harvard ruling that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Harvard. But after that, on yesterday, 4547 comes back around and he says that he's going to withhold all federal funding from Harvard. Why is this important? You guys are like, oh, that's a old bougie old school that don't let no blacks in. I think, yeah, President Obama graduated from Harvard, so they do let black people in. But the most important thing, how does that affect you and how you live your life, is the research that is done by students in Harvard. All of I think the first vaccine. Is it the first? All of the research. It was one vaccine or vaccine schedule or something came out of Harvard. All the cancer research that is done in Harvard, the research in medicine and different things like that will affect you because what y'all want y'all government money to go to corporations who only look to enrich themselves, and y'all want to trust their research. Speaking of trusting their research, we're going to talk about this Robert F. Kennedy uh, here. Speaking, is this the government research you'd rather uh, is this the government research you'd rather trust? Or would you rather trust independent research? Kennedy and Medley doubled down on the World Health World Health Organization exit after meeting in Buenos Aires, free from totalitarian. Lord, like why I put the Z in totalitarian totalitarianism control. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Met with Argentine President Javier Milei on Tuesday at the Casa Rosa. Both leaders want to withdraw. Oh Lord, I can't get my little thing. Both want to withdraw from the World Health Organization and build a new. Let me. I apologize, Lord. And build a new. What in health new is RFK going to build? And I still can't see it. And build a new international health framework. The move aligns with President 4547 revive pledge to pull the plug on the World Health Organization. So, are these the people we gonna trust? I guess so. Uh, it appears so. So I do not. Good morning, Liz. Grand Rising. I mean, Grand Rising. Okay, so now, yeah. So that's what. That's why independent research is so important. So he said that he did. He has taken a couple of billions away from Harvard because they would not bend the knee and align to him with his DEI and his uh, alleged anti-Semitist uh, practices on campus by protesters, and they did not agree to do the things that he said that they needed to do, and they fought it in court and they won, and then he came back at them with they wanted to take control of all of their classes, what they taught, what they were allowed to teach. They wanted to do all that. They lost that case. Then they came back and then they said that they wanted Harvard to not be allowed to have any international students. Zero. They were going to restrict them from having international students. So this is the presidency that was going to that what was it? What did they say? Uh, it's obvious they are mad, and these are uh, acts that they are committing because they are losing in court. So after they lost that in court, no, they cannot restrict international students from going to Harvard. Then they said, well, you're going to have to give us every name in every country that every international student that is in Harvard. You're going to have to give us all of that information so we can collect the database. Don't you have the FBI and the CIA? They do have the FBI and the CIA, but they're making it like, no, you're going to bend the knee to me. You're going to do what I say because I say it. And Harvard keeps taking them to court and winning. So this last thing is now what I just told you. So they are taking all federal funding away from Harvard. This is your government. This is your government. See, Harvard got money to fight. Do you got money to fight? Do I have money to fight? Does most average Americans have money to fight? So, they keep going back and back and back at this institution who fortunately can hire the most powerful attorneys to go up against the United States government. But can the average citizen do that? So what does this if you can't do that, you just gonna sit by and hush? I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't talk about politics. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna talk about dumb shit. I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, so don't say nothing. Okay. um you're still going to wind up in the same position, much easier if you don't say anything. Let's take a deep dive. The U.S. Health and Human Service Secretary RFK Jr. and Argentinian President Javier Milei, and he is a dictator, met at the Casa Rose to discuss the nation's withdrawal from the World Health Organization and establish a new international health framework. Both leaders are known for their strong, independent political stances. I didn't know that RFK was known for that. Oh, you learn something new every day. Millie, I thought that he was a Democrat who couldn't get on the ticket, who ran as an independent because he was bitter because he couldn't get on the Democrat ticket, and then start a poll, then start speaking grand things about 45, 47, to the point that he's wind up in his administration in a position that he is definitely not qualified to run. I didn't know that he was an independent, had independent political stances. I had no clue. I knew that he had dumb ideas. I knew that he has been a heroin addict for 14 years by his own words, and he's moving like an addict. I didn't know that, but let's continue. Okay. Economist aims to cut government spending. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, both leaders are known for their strong independent political stances. Milley, a libertarian economist, aims to cut government spending, while Kennedy, appointed by 45-47, is skeptical of pandemic mandates and the global health policies. So, you got a motherfucker who was shooting up heroin for 14 years and is worried about global health policies, who didn't give a fuck about his own health for 14 years. And now telling you what you should do with your health. Argentinian officially confirmed its exit from the WHO during Kennedy's visit, following Milley's earlier announcement. This move aligns with 45-47 revived commitment to withdraw the U.S. from the WHO under its Make America Healthy Again agenda. Make America healthy again. So, uh, we want to go back health wise. We everything is about makes America this again, that again. What were the health outcomes in the era? Or what again are we going back to? We're going back to when people were losing their lives to disease, preventable diseases. Is that the again we going back to? I don't know. Whatever. Are we going back? We want to make America great again, as if America was greater in previous years when there were no Civil Rights Act and all of that. Is that where we're taking the health back again to? Um, is that why all of these health organizations in the United States? I have been showing you this prior to 45. No, one that was one of the first things that he did when he got into office. They suspended the NIH, the CDC, and all other health organizations, the HHS, from disseminating any information or recent research. They banned them from giving the people any updates in health uh, uh, data. You know how we were in the middle of the bird flu. We got no updates about that. The measles outbreak had just broken out when it was just the number of people on one hand. Now thousands of people have contracted this measles, and it was in one state, and now it's up to 17 states allegedly, and there has been no updates allowed to come out of any of our health organizations. So is that making it great again? Let's spread measles all across the United States and then have a fool in there telling us, well, there's a vaccine is leaking. You should take medical advice from me. Is this what we're doing now? Okay. Okay. Milley administration criticized the WHO for its COVID response, claiming it was driven by political interest rather than scientific evidence, labeling the lockdown strategy as ineffective. So he wanted everybody to continue to mingle, herd immunity, let everybody in the herd get it, and whoever survives, survives. So the lockdowns strategy was ineffective. So ineffective, meaning that you wanted to thin your herd out more in Argentina. Is that what you're saying? You have too many people in Argentina, and therefore putting them in quarantine, putting them under lockdown. Let many more of them survive than you would prefer to have living in Argentina. Okay, so that's that. Kennedy supported Milley's stance, urging other nations also lead the WHO, arguing that the organization is influenced by foreign governments and corporate interests, and emphasizing the need for a new health approach. A new health approach, such as the unapproved by the unapproved medication that you were getting paid to go out and act as if these were good medicines. The pills and stuff that you were promoting as health remedies that had not even had not even been tested, have not even gone through, what is it, the not the CDC, hadn't if, what is that? Who approves uh the medicine? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Oh, I got so many acronyms in my mind. Yeah. So are we supposed to believe that? No, so you want to profit off of this medicine that has not been uh, tested by the Food and Drug FDA? You want to be uh, compensated for shit that is not FDA approved. But God forbid, real health and real medicine that has and shit. And we all know that half of the shit that is approved through the FDA, they come back 5 or 10 years later talking about, oh, if you taking this medication and you have this symptom, that symptom, if you have the symptom of being able to get up and walk and breathe, there may be a problem. They name 100 symptoms, every symptom under the world. So, but we supposed to take your word for it. You, the one who told us to take ivermectin for to cure COVID, the horse dewormer, Kennedy. Yes, he was one of those who said that you should take ivermectin if you had COVID, which is a horse dewormer. So he also other nations should also leave and argued the organization is influenced by foreign governments and corporate interests and emphasizes the need for a new health approach. After that meeting, Kennedy expressed on social media that they discussed creating an alternative health system that prioritizes freedom, transparency, and independence from political control. The partnership between Argentina and the U.S. Market marks a significant shift in international relations with both leaders aiming to establish a more accountable global network despite criticism. So I just that was some of the things that I had left off. Oh, I got a lot of responses. Hey, Nappy Child, Grand Rising. Hey, Very Carey, Grand Rising, Madison, Grand Rising of viewers of you. Let me see who is. Okay, that's who I missed. Okay, thumbs up and shared. Much appreciated. I just enrolled yesterday with an online free course at Harvard, archaeology. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. That is fabulous. And since Harvard has been going through this, Harvard has also, thank you for saying that. Thank you. Harvard has also started giving free courses that you can take about, let me get this right, about upholding your rights, the rights that are granted to you through the Constitution, and the rights that you should know that you definitely have that you should not let be stepped on. So they have a free course. I believe it obviously has to be an online course to uh, let people know exactly what their civil rights are and what the Constitution uh, protects them from. So, thank you, Liz, and I hope you enjoy your course, Liz. I saw something last night. Where was it? Oh God, I forget where it was. They did some experiment with orange peels because there was a lot of deforestation. Um, I'm gonna think of the place in a minute. It was a lot of deforestation because all that they had on the land were cows for years and years and years and years and years. And then African grass started growing, and it killed out all the trees and strangled the trees by the roots and killed out all the trees and stuff. And for uh, because that was their only. They used to farm the land, and then they started using the land for agriculture and cows, and so nothing would grow there but the African grass. It strangled out every other plant species, and then these people who graduated from where? Harvard in the 70s. They were working at this new orange juice facility, and they had did an experiment, kind of like your compost a bucket, to get rid of the orange peels. There was a national park area, and they had the idea if the orange peels would be able to be dumped in a specific area of the national park, that it would be good for their environments. And there was uproar behind it, of course. And then after the uproar, they was like, it's going to bring flies. It stinks to high heaven, this, that, and the other. And so it was allowed to uh, go forward for about 10 years. But then there was another orange juice corporation who took them to court and said that it's not fair that, uh, and another agreement that they had to make, the orange juice company that was dumping, they had to give a lot of their land to the actual park, the national park. So they had to give them some land on top of it. So the other orange juice company, who was mad about it because they had just spent a lot of money to get rid of their waste, they thought that it was unfair. So they went back and forth in court for a number of years, and then the orange juice company that sued, they won the case. So the experiment was stopped, and the person who started the experiment, he was fired, but they said he was fired for other reasons. But so they stopped doing check-ins on the land. They stopped taking data on the land, and then uh, f- uh, 5 years later, about 15 years after they started, uh, they couldn't even find where the land was because it was so overgrown with new vegetations, trees, and all of this type of stuff. So that's research. That is research. So now they are trying it with coffee beans. The coffee beans is inside of a little uh, fruit that has pulp in the skin, and that's where the bean is inside of, like a watermelon seed. They're taking all of the pulp and the skin from coffee beans, and they are doing this experiment as well, trying to revitalize the land and how much minerals and uh, good. Good stuff that is in this soil created from this waste. Did you hear about that? That's research. I didn't hear about that. I thought it was interesting, but I digress. RFK is such a joke. I'm half awake here listening. Okay. Lots of stuff is on Harvard's website. I'm going to check it out. Grand Rising Detached, myself. Thank you for being here. I haven't seen anything on that. Uh, I'll check it out. Check it out, Liz. I heard that I cannot remember uh, who was doing the story on that, but I heard that on one of my news channels that I watch. So let me get back to what I have missed. Make sure that I didn't save all this stuff in vain. Okay, let me see. Okay, what is this? Now, did you hear that 45, 47, at the cusp of him having this 100 $100+ million parade for the military, allegedly, that just happens to fall on his birthday. He is suggesting that military members refuse raises for the good of the country. Refuse your raises. Do you think that they are going to take their raises away pretty soon? He's telling you, if you want to uh, be good for the country, enlist your life to the military and refuse your raises. It is This is what 4547 is telling the military to do. It's not enough that you're giving your life for any cause that might crazy. And did you know those strikes in Yemen that I told you how they were attached to Israel, and I told you how the United States and Israel had been doing close flyovers allegedly of Iran. Okay, so now, what is his name? Netanyahu was the one who convinced 4547 to pull out of the Iran deal in his first administration. If you remember, Obama had a agreement with Iran so that they can continue their nuclear program for energy, and as long as they agree to not enrich uranium for a nuclear weapon. So after 4547 comes in, it is said that Netanyahu was the one who told 4547 they still trying to make a bomb over there. And here come 4547. I'm getting us out of this worthless treaty. And Obama, he didn't know what he was doing. And we're not going to be in this treaty anymore. So he pulled him out of the treaty, and only to find ourselves where again right now. Now all of a sudden 4547 is trying to make a deal with Iran that if they for them to not use nuclear power at all. He doesn't believe that they need to use it for energy, and even though they have no proof, even though he got this idea from Netanyahu, and where does Netanyahu play in this? Even though they got this from Netanyahu, they say that they can not enrich uranium for anything. They cannot do anything for energy, nothing. So they're trying to broker a deal with Iran when they already had a deal with Iran. They had its regular inspectors going in there, but Netanyahu said, hey, they hiding it from your inspectors. I guess Netanyahu was there. I guess maybe Netanyahu knew, but who knows? And now they're right back in the place where they were, where they had already been prior to Obama penning that deal. You know, he hated the agreement because a black man did it. You know, that's the only reason why he hated the nuclear agreement. Easy way to get rid of what a black man had achieved. You know, erase it from history. Act like it, serve pro it, like it never happened. Okay. Let me quit being silly. Okay, so what does Israel have to do with this? And they are not giving the number of U.S. fatalities on all of that fighting that they were doing in Yemen. That Hegseth was giving away key information about when planes were going to strike before they. You know that they have not given any U.S. casualties, and they refuse to give any U.S. casualties about that misled, fucked up shit that they were doing. And all of a sudden, the Tootie said that they don't want to fight us, and we're going to take them at their word. But before then, they were some ravaging savages. Okay, so they have decided to go in to talk to it. You notice how that went over smoothly. You didn't hear much about it. One day we were doing all these strikes against the Houthis, and all of a sudden they said they don't want to fight no more, so we good with it. But you didn't say that you went over there for them fighting anyway. You said that you went over there for them blocking shipment in the Black Sea. Shipments to where? Shipments to Europe. And then we find on that on those secret tapes, that secret text, signal text, that y'all didn't even want to help the Europeans. We heard from the vice president, I hate that we got to go and help them. I want to help them. But this is what you sold us on. This is what you sold the nation on. And you see, no fucking reporter is asking them about it either. This is your media at work. I thought that we were trying to stop all the strikes against ships and stuff. That don't mean anything. But so has the strike stopped on the ships? Has that happened? Or has the Tooties just said, America, we don't want to fight with you anymore, and you took them at their word, and that's it? That's what he said. He took them at their word, and he's fine with it. But what about the ships? Nothing about the ships. Nobody has asked him shit about these alleged ships that they have been blowing up. Okay, so that's my first question. And my second question is, how come nobody's asking about the ships? Because you will have to hear once again that the reason why they were striking the ships because they wanted Israel to stop what they were doing in Palestine, the genocide in Palestine. That's what this whole shit was about. So United States would carry their ass over there and try to tell us it's about something that it ain't about. It's about the Houthis bombing ships. And that's the singular reason behind it. So nothing is said about if the ships are still being bombed. Nothing said about the Houthis. You haven't heard the Houthis in I don't know how many weeks, as the Palestinian people have been starved out. I have been updating you about the genocide, in my opinion, that is going on in Palestine. Okay, so okay, so there's that. The military, after all of that bullshit that this nimnut has taken them through, they should refuse their raises. Okay, I showed you guys that. Uh, he orders the government to stop enforcing rules he doesn't like. A tactic for gutting federal rules and policies that the president disliked. Simply stop enforcing them. So this is your Saturday, July 19th, 2025. That group Anonymous. Are you guys familiar with the group Anonymous? I think that they, I don't know how successful. I remember when they used to make videos, everybody's like, oh, what is Anonymous going to say? Oh, Anonymous have some information that they're going to break. And I haven't heard about them for years. Hold on one second. I haven't heard about them for a number of years, but the latest thing they said the group Anonymous had dropped was the names of the people, of the detainees who were on those flights that went to Costa Rica. If you remember, the administration acted as if they could not give up the names of all the people who were on these flights. And Anonymous is allegedly the one who has all the manifestos of all the names and the whole flight plan, where what time the planes took off, refueled, the whole manifesto. So they are the ones who put that map information out. Now, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I think this isn't the one. I want their latest message. Let me see if this is one. Let me see. I think this is it. I think this is it. Hold on. Okay. Um, I can't find it. You have to understand that Anonymous is a hacker group. Elon Musk has hired hackers. They are hacker groups who are, who want to the people to not be deceived or to be lied to by their governments. So that is what Anonymous does. So the latest thing that they have put out is a warning that there is allegedly something that is coming to the American people that they won't see coming. Uh, and they said within I forget, I think it was 38 days. 38 days. So uh, I think it was something like 38 days. I don't know. I did the math. I forget how many days it was. I did the math, and that is Saturday, July 19th. Saturday, July 19th. Now, don't forget that they said that within they refused to say what would happen in the first 100. And that's what I did the math on. I did the math on the first 180 days of uh, 45, 47's presidency. So 180 days of his presidency will be July 19th, 2025. He was inaugurated on January 20th. So 180 days should be July 19th, 2025. And uh, via Project 2025, they were very secretive about what would happen in the first 180 days of this presidency. And now there are more warnings from this anonymous group. Let me see something right here. Operation Dreadnought. Okay, let me play this for you. Let me share this with you. I haven't watched this. I was trying to find the actual video from them, but let me share my screen with you. This is someone that I go to catch up on what's going on in the world. The secular talk. So I'll drop the link in the description box because I hadn't planned on
one of the
talking.
things that they're doing. Global X, the company doing basically warning like it's on now bit a story about how the ethical hacker group Anonymous, they released a video basically warning like it's on now bitch, talking to the Trump regime. And I remember covering that. We were speculating like, well, what are they going to do? Well, we now know at least one of the things that they're doing. Global X, the company doing many deportation flights for ICE, has been hacked. Hackers claim to have stolen flight manifest information and flight details and have also defaced the website. So when you went to the website, it would say this: Anonymous Operation Dreadnought Anonymous has decided to enforce the judge's order since you and your sycophant staff ignore lawful orders that go against your fascist plans. You lose again, Donnie. A federal judge ruled on May 1st, 2025, that the Trump administration's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to remove alleged members of the Venezuelan gang from this country is unlawful. The president cannot summarily declare that a foreign nation or government has threatened or perpetrated an invasion or predatory incursion of the United States, followed by the identification of the alien enemies subject to detention or removal. The proclamation makes no reference to and in no manner suggests that a threat exists of an organized armed group of individuals entering the United States at the direction of Venezuela to conquer the country or assume control over a portion of the nation. Thus, the proclamation's language cannot be read as describing conduct that falls within the meaning of invasion for purposes of the AEA. Allowing the president to unilaterally define the conditions when he may invoke the AEA and then summarily declare that those conditions exist would remove all limitations to the executive branch's authority under the AEA and would strip the courts of their traditional role of interpreting congressional statutes to determine whether a government official has exceeded the statute's scope. The law does not support such a position. That was the Trump-appointed federal U.S. District Judge Fernandez Rodriguez. And then they go on to say, we are anonymous, we are legion, we do not forgive, we do not forget, expect us. So they hacked the airline or the airline company that's doing a lot of the deportations. So there's an article here on this as well about how they were hacked. Hackers have targeted Global X Air, one of the main airlines the Trump administration is using as part of its deportation efforts, and stolen what they say are the flight records and passenger manifests of all its flights, including those for deportation, 404 Media has learned. So, because of what they're doing, we also will get, you know how we don't know a lot of the people who were sent to the slave labor gulag concentration camp in El Salvador? We didn't know all of them. They're trying to get us the names of all the people who were sent. The data which the hackers contacted 404 Media and other journalists about unprompted could provide granular insight into who exactly has been deported on Global X flights, when, and to where, with Global X being the charter company that facilitated the deportation of hundreds of Venezuelans to El Salvador. And then they go on to quote from the piece. The hacker says the data includes flight records and passenger lists. The hacker sent 404 Media a copy of the data, which is sorted into folders dated every day from January 19th through May 1st. 404 Media crossed Kilmar Abrego Garcia's flight, anonymous Venezuelan men, against the Trump administration, which eventually went to the Supreme Court, and which took off during and immediately following a court proceeding in which their lawyers were trying to get a restraining order to prevent the flights from taking off. During a district court proceeding in Washington, D.C., the federal government argued that it had no flight information to share with the court. Quote, the government surprisingly represented that it still had no flight details to share during the hearing. The judge's opinion in the case reads, when pressed, government counsel stated that the operation details he had learned during the recess raised potential national security issues, so they could not be shared while the public and press listened. So that's just a lie. Let's be clear about what they're doing here. They are saying the law is clear. The courts have ruled. You are flagrantly violating not just one court order, multiple court orders. We're going to give all the information to the media. We're going to learn about all these innocent people that you sent to this concentration camp, and we're not going to take it standing down. Guys, I got to be honest, I don't know how anybody can look at this and disagree. Right? And the courts don't really have it on the entire network. How a civilized society works. It's paid for by tax money, universal healthcare system. Nobody's in so many unconstitutional and clearly one afternoon and figure it out. I'm sure that there's a network of people who are highly intelligent, who really had to dig deep to try to get all this stuff. But now, as a direct result of them, we'll get all the names of the people.
Greetings, citizens of the United States. The effects of Donald Trump's
Not the one I wanted to show you. That was early on in the administration. Hey, Bernie's Grand Rising. Let's start with where I really wanted to start this morning. Did y'all hear about the fight Did y'all hear about the fight? And who was fighting? If you hear the words, y'all better get over here to area Delta A before I beat this bitch ass. Who was fighting? Who said that? Who came up with that sentence? Who said that? Y'all better get over here. Y'all better get supervisors over here. This was a on the job fight. Did y'all hear about this on the job fight where one person said over the radio, y'all better get a supervisor over here to Delta A before I beat this bitch ass? What type? These were two women. What type of woman, what race of woman, what type of woman do you think said that? Okay, no answer. So let me continue on. Um, let me present screen. Let me present my screen. And I will show you the videotape. There was a fire outside President Obama's house. I do believe it was the DC house. And two Secret Service agents got into a physical altercation. Video shows a physical altercation. Footage released on social media showed the two female officers shoving and striking each other. The video and audio were published by Real Clear Politics reporter Susan Crabtree. The content was posted on X and quickly drew attention. In the video, the officers did not appear to be responding to an emergency at the time. So let's watch. Let me see. Where is the quote? I'll play this message for you first. Where is did they take it down? Oh, here it is. So y'all didn't hear about that? Who Lord have mercy. These two officers are on suspension. So let's see what they were able to catch on a home video of this. Both of them are on suspension. Two black women. Two black CIA agents. Did you guys hear about this on your news anywhere? No, do tell. You saw that, Nappy? I didn't hear anything about that. Oh, I'm talking. I saw that Lawrence O'Donnell thing. Okay, so there's one thing that I wanted to show you. Let me see. What else did I want to present to you guys? Let's get with it. How many of you guys have heard all of this thing about black fatigue being taken over by white people, thinking that everything that we do say, come up with, they want to take over take over for themselves. Black fatigue initially came out what black people saying it's just the fatigue of all the bullshit that we have to go through. It's just tiring. I'm just fatigued by it. Now, the white people have taken it over, thinking that black fatigue means that, oh, well, I'm glad that black people are getting called out. Yeah, it's good. And, I'm sick of them getting called out. So they have overtaken the black fatigue stance as their own. Stealing motherfuckers don't even understand what black fatigue is. So here's black fatigue. Uh, Let me share this with you. I want to share this black fatigue. Okay, it's sharing. Okay, here we go.
I've been hearing a lot about black fatigue recently, and I want to talk about it, but I can't do it here at home. We got to go on a trip. So here we are. We are at Plaza Ferdinand VII. That's a Confederate monument, and you wouldn't know it for looking at it. But this park you see behind me, 2 men were lynched here. Across the street, we have the Pensacola Museum of History. There's a little sign right over there, remembering votes for women, that somebody spoke here. And despite how beautiful this park looks, calm and serene, 2 men hung from lampposts. Not these ones, because the lampposts have changed since their deaths. There are all kinds of signs and monuments at this park. We have the excavation of a British fort map of downtown Pensacola, statue dedicated to President Jackson, plaques commemorating a trail, big old cannons pointing to nothing, fun signs on the trash can to remind people to throw away their trash, dance moves, but absolutely nothing commemorating the deaths that happened here. Oh, but Ben, that happened so long ago. Tell that to this guy. His aunt, Lily Davis, was unalived by somebody. And the man that they captured, Leander Shaw, never saw his day in court. Why? Because he was drugged here to this park and hung from one of the lampposts. That woman's niece was also here, even though this happened over 100 years ago. Her niece and nephew were here protesting. What were they protesting? They were protesting that the Equal Justice Initiative was collecting soil from the location of every lynching in the United States, including here in Pensacola. The organizers of that event allowed them to put up a photo of Miss Davis and light a candle in her memory. But despite the fact that Leander Shaw never saw a day of court, they still think he was guilty. We have no idea if he did this or not. So all of you out there complaining about black fatigue, I'm tired of this kind of shit. I'm tired of white people complaining about things that happened in the past. I'm tired of white people blaming black people for things that they didn't do or preventing them getting a day in court. We see it today with Carmelo Anthony. He needs to get his day in court. So many white people, especially on this app, they just want to call him guilty and be done with it. Where just a few decades ago, they'd have had no problem collecting a posse so that afterwards they can celebrate. Whiskey for my men and beer for my horses. I really wish people who look like me could remember the words of a wise woman who once said, you should be happy that black people are looking for equality and not revenge. I hope you all have a good day.
The thing that he was noting about this whole situation is that with all of the signage that they had to put up around this park, to this day, over 100 years later, you still have uh, family members who have lived in the United States long enough to know how many people have been wrongly prosecuted and understand that uh, whoever killed their aunt, they took a black person and lynched them for it. And the person never got a day, and more than likely in that era, they would have been convicted anyway. But how many black people who have been convicted? I was listening to. I think it was his page as well. They had a black guy on there talking about he don't give a fuck about no Jim Crow. He don't give a fuck about all the things that black people have been through. This is a black guy. He said, "How is it then that we are only 13% of the population and we make up 65% of the people incarcerated?" This is a black man who's asking that. This is a black man who is pretending like everyone in prison have committed crimes. Uh, this should shock his real reality. How would that be? How would that be? But you don't give a fuck about the things that we went through to get us to a point where you can sit your stupid ass up on the computer and take this data as if it means that we are overtly criminal. So yeah, let me share something else with you. What is hey hey Bernice, how are you doing? It is good to see you. Let me share this with you right here.
To put Harvard University, the nation's oldest college, out of business. Today, we learned the White House is set to pull all the remaining federal funding that flows through the school. That's about $100 million, according to estimates. That is in addition to the billions of dollars in research funding, including extremely crucial biomedical research, the administration has already frozen at the university. And of course, last week, the White House halted Harvard's ability to enroll international students, which the New York Times reports could impact about 25% of the student body. Here's the thing. People all over the world desperately want to come to the U.S. to study because this country has for decades now offered the gold standard in terms of higher education globally. It's one area of just genuine American exceptionalism. And so international students are a huge boon to American universities and to the American students at those universities and all the economic activity around it. One study showed that about 1 million international students at American colleges and universities contributed more than $43 billion to the U.S. economy during the 2023 and 2024 academic year. You know all those complaints you hear from Donald Trump and lots of people about our trade deficit with China, right? We buy everything from us, they buy nothing from us. We buy everything from them, they buy nothing from us. Well, one place that we have an enormous trade surplus with the rest of the world is in higher ed. But no one in the Trump administration actually cares about that or any of this. This is all just punishment against the university after it rejected the White House's demand to install third-party auditors, kind of ideological, like party apparatchik minders, to, quote, audit those programs and departments that most fuel anti-Semitic harassment or reflect ideological capture. Think about that phrase. Now, to be clear, anti-Semitism is a real and pernicious problem in America. But by now, it is painfully obvious that it is just a convenient rhetorical weapon for Trump and his allies to gain full control of universities. I mean, think about that phrase, ideological capture. That can mean anything. We want to control what your ideology is. They want to rewrite the school's curriculum in a way that is favorable and deferential to Trump and his worldview. Donald Trump wants the most powerful and legendary institution in higher education in this country, arguably in the world, to bend the knee to his whims and become a kind of controlled asset of MAGA. That is the goal here. And yes, let's be clear, it's pretty hard to root for an elite institution like Harvard, right? With a $53 billion endowment. But this attack on the university isn't really about Harvard at all, qua Harvard, and it isn't happening in a vacuum. It is the latest escalation in the administration's ongoing day-by-day battle, and this is going to sound hyperbolic, but I really believe it, to destroy all independent sources of knowledge and fact-finding in our free and open society. As the writer Adam Serwer put it in his latest piece, The Atlantic, By destroying knowledge, Trumpists seek to make the country more amenable to their political domination and to prevent meaningful democratic checks on their behavior. Their victory, though, would do much more than that. It would annihilate some of the most effective systems for aggregating, accumulating, and applying human knowledge that have ever existed. Without those systems, America could find itself plunged into a new dark age. To that end, we are seeing the administration run this playbook towards, again, any independent source of authority. The White House has already pulled $400 million in federal grants for Columbia University, for example. It might try to claw back even more money this week after announcing trumped-up charges of civil rights violations against the school stemming from campus protests about Israel's war on Gaza. In a new piece from The New Yorker, Jelani Cobb, the dean of Columbia's journalism school, quotes one expert who taught at both Columbia and Harvard as saying, quote, "I've studied McCarthyism's impact on higher education for 50 years. What's happening now is worse." Cobb adds, quote, "The biggest mistake that some universities have made in responding to the White House has been to presume it is operating in good faith. It is not. But it is not just attacks on higher education. Everywhere you look, Trump and his administration is targeting independent sources of authority that could challenge Trump's actions, that could lead to a pluralistic society with contested views, right? I mean, in addition to day by day eviscerating the US's best in the world biomedical research, the administration is also undermining existing hard-won knowledge about public health. Today, without citing new evidence or studies, which is key, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. apparently overrode his own vaccine advisory committee of experts, right? And announced the government would no longer recommend annual COVID boosters for pregnant women and healthy children.
I couldn't be more pleased to announce that as of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule.
And who are these people standing beside him as he makes this announcement? We have no idea who these people are. So get them off the screen and stand there by yourself and announce this. You have to shroud yourself with other people in bad suits. Stand up there yourself and announce this idiocy. Let's continue.
Last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot, despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat.
And, it's really getting old, them bringing Biden's name up in every stupid shit that they choose to do. And the horrible Biden, they cannot announce one move that they are making without putting Biden's name in it. No, Biden's name is not on it. You are the head of the Health and Human Services. Your name is solely on this dumb shit.
Repeat booster strategy in children.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today.
That's just not true. There is quite a bit of evidence, including evidence published by the FDA last year. But they aren't finished with their attacks on public health. In a podcast appearance released today, RFK Jr. threatened to block government scientists from publishing their research in top medical journals like The Lancet and the New England Journal of Medicine. I mean, again, think about this sort of in context holistically.
No, they've already blocked the departments from getting the information out. Now they are going to block the scientists from even putting it in medical journals. This is your administration today. Okay, let's continue.
In addition to the moves against public health and schools and higher education, we're also seeing this escalation day by day of Trump's attacks on us, news media. Probably best exemplified by the president's $20 billion lawsuit against CBS News over an interview 60 Minutes held with then-candidate Kamala Harris. First Amendment experts call the lawsuit meritless, but Paramount, which owns CBS, is already in settlement negotiation. In response, President and CEO of CBS News, Wendy McMahon, resigned, as did the executive producer of 60 Minutes, Bill Owens. Earlier this month, journalist Scott Pelley, who has been at 60 Minutes for more than 2 decades, delivered this warning at a recent commencement address for graduating students at Wake Forest University in North Carolina.
Why attack universities? Why attack journalism? Because ignorance works for power. First, make the truth seekers live in fear. Sue the journalists and their companies for nothing. Then send masked agents to abduct a college student who wrote an editorial in her college paper defending Palestinian rights, and send her to a prison in Louisiana charged with nothing, then move to destroy the law firms that stand up for the rights of others. With that done, power can rewrite history.
As you can see there, Pele, to his great credit, is not cowed. And it's true that many aren't. Not every outlet is capitulating to Trump. In fact, today, National Public Radio announced it is suing Trump over his attempts to essentially annihilate the organization, gut funding for the independent outlet through an executive order. And we are seeing this type of resistance everywhere, and sometimes in sort of unexpected areas. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, I think he's a pretty conservative guy, as far as I can know. He's a guy who was initially elevated to the job of Federal Reserve Chair by a guy named Donald Trump in his first term, is fighting the president's pressure campaign to remove him from his position, calling on the next generation to preserve our democratic institutions, again, in another weekend commencement speech at Princeton University. Here's the single most important thing for everyone to understand about this ongoing existential battle to preserve our American birthright of a free and open society. All these institutions and the people that power them and the vast sources of independent knowledge production and authority contained within them that form what is the kind of civil society of America, altogether are more powerful than this one petty, addled man. And Donald Trump knows it, and that's why he wants to end them. And the real silver lining here, and there is one, is that Trump's attacks are so reckless and so baseless and transparent, they have left our independent institutions with no choice but to fight back. Good. We need them.
Okay, so that is some shit that I wanted to throw out there for you. Now, let me put this out here. Now, you heard Scott Pelley.
Tonight, Donald Trump is losing again, including in key areas where he has tried to use or allegedly.
I talked about that previously, how he came out against basically the owners of, I think it's CBS, because the producer of 60 Minutes, who had been there, I think it was over 40 years, felt that he couldn't do his job independently because 60 Minutes, since they are bowing down to 45, 47, had been on their backs about their programming. So let me share this with you. 1 second. So that's why they had him do a commencement address. So let's compare and contrast some commencement addresses, shall we? Why not? Let's look at the difference in commencement addresses. Okay, here we go. Hey, Church Mouse, Grand Rising. Here we go. Mike Milley. Mike Milley, whose picture they took down from the Pentagon. That was one of the first things that they decided to do. Let's hear his a piece, not the whole, just a little piece of his commencement address. Here we go.
We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect it. We don't take an oath.
Okay, so that's what he had to say at a commencement address. General Mike Milley delivered one of the finest speeches in American history. We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. I don't know what school he that was for. So let me share this one with you. Uh, we're looking at the main speakers at different graduations, what message they are delivering to the graduates. Uh, Let me share this one with you. A little more of Scott Pelley's. Here we go. Just a little bit of Scott Pelley. Hold on, let me get the sound on.
Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word. This is an old playbook, my friends. There's nothing new in this. But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal.
Okay, I wanted you to get the beginning of that because the sound was off. So that was a fantastic, on point, on topic, on message, inspiring commencement speech. So let's compare and contrast a couple of more speeches I want you to listen to. Let me all of these are linked in my description box. These are from a blast from the past. Those two were from this year. Let's go back in time. Let's see what West Point. What speech that Barack Obama gave.
Your charge now is not only to protect our country, but to do what is right and just. As your commander-in-chief, I know you will.
These are good-looking people, I'll tell you, General. What's going on? Looks like all a bunch of male models I can't stand.
West Pointers know better than anyone. Freedom is not free.
End quote. As we saw last time, we saw the Biden speech.
It requires constant vigilance. Nothing is guaranteed about our democracy in America. Every generation has an obligation to defend it, to protect it, preserve it, and choose it. Now is your turn.
And we are buying you new airplanes, brand new beautiful planes, redesigned planes, brand new planes, totally stealth planes. I hope they're stealth. I don't know, that whole stealth thing, I'm sort of wondering.
America has no greater resource, no greater strategic asset than the men and women who wear our uniform.
Could you say a trophy wife? I guess we can say a trophy wife. It didn't work out too well. But it doesn't work out too well. I must have a lot of trophy wives. Doesn't work out.
Yeah. So are there? I already was fair, and I.
Okay, so this is your let me see. Is there's a little bit more of this idiot up there? This is at West Point as well, and he didn't even stick around to the end of the ceremony. The president usually stick around to the end of the ceremony and shake all the graduates' hands. They showed him by the time the end of the handshaking portion of the ceremony was going down. He was speeding on a golf course on a golf cart on his golf course. So that's what he had to do. He couldn't be bothered to shake their hands. These are people who he wants to go to war for him. And let's now, I would be remiss on Memorial Day. He never said a goddamn word about the veterans who died in wars. Not one word was said. He was talking about the slimy Democrats. Not one word in his Memorial Day address, where he does all of his formal addressing the public about policy, about whatever is on his rabbit ass mind. Did he mention not one veteran in that address? Let's continue.
Speeches.
As a linguist, translator, and cryptologic technician.
Oh no, this is somewhere else. No, let me see. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. I think I proven my point. Orange Clown was a crazy ass speech. Can't trust it. Ooh. Many ops are grads of West Point. Bin Laden is a graduate of West Point. What? I had no idea. Are you kidding me? Thank you, Liz. Very informative. Are you serious, Liz? I'm sure you're serious. The Obamas graduated from Harvard, and yeah, I also who was that? Obama daughter attended Harvard, and Barron can't get in. Thus, he attacks. I have heard several people on YouTube saying that that hasn't been proven, but that is yes, that is out there that Barron couldn't get in, and that's why he's going so hard on Harvard. But who was it, Sasha or Malia? I can't remember. I think it was Malia who went to Harvard. I think it was Malia. So, who graduated from Harvard, not went to Harvard, not just attended, graduated from Harvard. Okay, so let me see. I have a couple of more things I want to share with you guys. We're rolling. Breaking news. How about some breaking news? I ran across this morning as I was setting up my live. Let's talk about it. Let's get into this. Now, this is going on in North Carolina. Breaking news, DOJ files anti-voters lawsuit in North Carolina. If you guys don't remember North Carolina, they just called the vote for the Supreme Court, one of the Supreme Court seats in North Carolina, because the Republican opponent refused to concede the race. He called for a million recounts. He actually called for purges in the voting ranks up and into the military mail-in ballots, and they finally took it to several different courts, and here it is. 6 months after the election was finally called. Okay. So with all of the stuff that went on with this election, your DOJ is filing an anti-voter lawsuit in North Carolina. Did you guys follow that long, dragged-out election? Yeah, and you notice that of these state Supreme Courts, you notice how the Muskrat put over $20 million in that Wisconsin State Supreme Court bid. So, see, they're trying their voter suppression tricks in these big race state races. So let's see what the Department of Justice has to say. What are they trying to do? Let me make sure I'm sharing. Yes, I'm sharing it. Here we go.
They say this Department of Justice voting section is an anti-voting section. Welcome back to Democracy Docket. I'm Mark Elias.
And I'm Paige Moskowitz. Let's get started.
You know, Paige, it was only a matter of time before we saw the weaponization of government turn against the voters of this country. A voter suppression lawsuit has now been filed in the state of North Carolina that reads a whole lot like the complaint by the Republican candidate for state Supreme Court, Jefferson Griffin, who, as you all will recall, contested his election that he lost over and over and over again over the course of months, trying to throw out tens of thousands of lawful votes. Ultimately, he lost at the hands of a federal district court judge, by the way, a judge appointed initially by Donald Trump to the bench, and that ended the saga. But for people who thought that was over, they don't know Harmeet Dillon, who is the vote suppressor in chief over at the Department of Justice, and it is her division, the Civil Rights Division, that oversees the voting rights section, and they just filed this lawsuit.
Right, Mark, this brand new lawsuit claims that North Carolina's voter lists are not compliant with federal law. The lawsuit says that the state of North Carolina used a voter registration form that did not explicitly ask a new voter to give their driver's license number or the last 4 digits of their social security number. So the DOJ is claiming that North Carolina is not compliant with the Help America Vote Act, also known as HAVA. Now, Mark, as you said, that is the exact same argument Jefferson Griffin made in his state Supreme Court election contest. He said in his lawsuits that there were about 56,000 North Carolinians who fall into this category. Now, Jefferson Griffin's conquest to disqualify all of those people's votes in his race failed. But we now have the DOJ coming in claiming the exact same thing, trying to say that North Carolina needs to go back, identify these tens of thousands of voters, and basically re-register them to vote.
Yeah, and so look, this is just voter suppression pure and through. I mean, there's no dressing this up. And by the way, in fairness to the Department of Justice, they don't dress it up. I mean, they want these lawful voters, these people who, filled out the paperwork as it was presented to them at the time. They want these people kicked off the rolls. And, yeah, if they can get re-registered, great. If not, then too bad they don't get to vote. And this is exactly what the federal judge rejected after the fact, right? When Jefferson Griffin brought it up after the election. Here, I think the Department of Justice's theory as well, it's now before the next election, so we're going to try to effectuate this now. But the end game is the same, which is that this is a Department of Justice that cares about 2 things. Number one, it cares about Republicans winning midterm elections. So what's coming up in North Carolina in 2026? Well, there will be a very important Senate race. There will be important House races. And so they think they can gain advantage by kicking these people off the rolls in the same.
Okay. So there's your government trying to kick people off the voting rolls. Okay. So the link is in my description box. Go over there and finish. No, it's not in my description box. I found that this morning. Let me drop that link for this video. He is a part of the Midas Touch Network. Let me drop that link for this video right now. Here is the link. Okay. Here we go. Now, this is the person who wants to represent. Oh no, let's look in odd news. Did you guys hear about the guy in New York City who was kidnapped, held hostage for approximately 17 days because somebody was trying to steal his crypto from him? You know, the most unregulated way of going about using and assessing wealth. Okay, so let's talk about the crypto hijacking. Okay, here we go. Just in case you haven't heard about this, now this is crazy. And so that is the new wave of the future that 4547 is making billions of dollars on, unregulated. Let's see what's going on in the crypto world.
Involving a man known as the Crypto King of Kentucky. Meanwhile, police in New York City this morning are investigating a kidnapping case involving a man known as the Crypto King of Kentucky, who is accused of holding another man hostage for weeks in an effort to steal his digital currency. A very 2025 case, I guess. Let's bring in NBC News correspondent Emily Aketa. Emily, well, you've been following this story. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, well, the details are equally as shocking as they are disturbing. John Waltz is accused of assaulting an Italian tourist and even dangling him from the ledge of a swanky apartment in an effort to gain access to his Bitcoin. And we're now learning from law enforcement sources an alleged accomplice in the brazen act is expected to turn himself in to detectives this week.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right here. What's so curious about this? These are rich motherfuckers. These are motherfuckers, the Kentucky crypto man. These are motherfuckers who got money. And the other suspect is expected to turn himself in. No name, no pictures. Had it been Jeremy Johnson, they'd have had his whatever picture they could gather up from Jeremy Johnson, preferably a arrest picture. If he had a previous warrant out for a traffic ticket that he got arrested for, they'd have thrown that picture up there. But the other man is expected to turn himself in. Does the man have a name? That does seem like a dangerous man. They said that this guy had cuts and bruises all over his body. The man said that he had been pistol whipped, and they are not giving the public the man's name. Oh, but this was a high valued type of criminal. Oh, so they did their crime in a what do you call these things? Not flats. What do you call these? In a townhouse in New York City. One of these 5-story, 5-story townhouses in New York City. So please, this was in a great neighborhood. Names, you say, of a dangerous felon, a dangerous white felon. No names, but I hold on.
Into detectives this week.
This upscale New York City townhome, now the site of a high-profile police investigation. Authorities say 37-year-old crypto investor John Waltz and an unnamed accomplice kidnapped and tortured their business partner for weeks.
John, did you kidnap that?
Unnamed accomplice. For weeks, they had this man up there. For weeks. But they call us thugs. They up, Lord, shit, Lord.
Taurus? The alleged victim, a 28-year-old man from Italy, targeted, according to investigators, in a twisted scheme to steal his Bitcoin. Waltz, known as the Crypto King of Kentucky, is facing multiple charges, including assault, kidnapping, and unlawful imprisonment. Law enforcement sources say Waltz and his accomplice, who is now wanted by police, have been in business with the alleged victim for years.
What happened in those 2 weeks?
According to the criminal complaint, the accuser told investigators on May 6th, Waltz and the unapprehended male allegedly took away his passport and electronic devices and threatened his family before they subjected him to weeks of torture inside the residence that included beatings, striking him in the head with a gun, and hanging him over the ledge of a staircase when they threatened to kill him. All of it in an alleged attempt to access his Bitcoin account. According to law.
Did she say striking him over the head with a gun, bitch? That's pistol whipping. You see how they're trying to whitewash a pistol whipping because these are rich people. How they get rich? Is this their first time at this rodeo? They pistol whipping motherfuckers, and she's trying to whitewash it, striking him over the head with a gun. And the drug dealers, they pistol whip the innocent person. Do you think they would have a problem saying pistol whipping if it was any other category of person? You know they wouldn't. Okay, let me go back here. I always interrupt. Here we go.
All of it in an alleged attempt to access his Bitcoin account. According to law enforcement sources, his net worth is $30 million, while Waltz's is close to $100 million.
I mean, it's crazy, right? It's medieval.
It comes amid a spate of shocking attacks against wealthy crypto entrepreneurs around the world. Earlier this month, a brazen attempted kidnapping on the streets of Paris, where local media reported the daughter of a cryptocurrency businessman was targeted. In Houston, police say an influencer was assaulted at her home in March when several robbers demanded access to her crypto account. In this latest suspected attack,
well, how did they get access to her home? Was she selling pussy out of her home? Is that what had her on the influencer map? What the fuck they doing up in your house? Let's continue.
over digital assets, the Italian tourist was able to escape after 17 days and alert a traffic agent. Police later descending on the 6-story house and arresting Waltz, taken into custody barefoot and wearing a bathrobe.
And law enforcement sources tell us investigators found several pictures in the house that appear to show the victim being tortured. They say he was covered in cuts and bruises when he escaped. An attorney for John Waltz declined to comment on the investigation when we reached out to him. He'll be back in court on Wednesday.
Such a wild story.
Okay. Did you guys hear about that? You're laughing at Nappy Child. Okay. Okay, so I thought that was interesting. I thought that it was interesting in what was reported and how it was reported to us. I definitely did. So what do you guys have to say about that? Nothing? Let me remove a couple of these things. Okay. Oh, I removed what I wanted to show you. You guys heard about the new pardons? Let me put the pardons back up. I had them up and then I took them down. I thought it was something else. There have been three new pardons. Have you heard who 4547 has found okay to pardon? Let's talk about these pardons. Here we go. There have been 3. Okay. Now, the first one is he pardoned a sheriff in a small town. Hey, Jills, Grand Rising. This administration gives me anxiety. Time for a kickboxing session. I enjoy your kickboxing session. 3 pardons. One of them is a sheriff who was deputized deputizing people who had no police experience, no training, no anything. And the reason given is he wanted to allow people to get guns. He said that he wanted to ensure anybody who wanted a gun could easily get a gun. One of the people who he deputized was I think he was a convicted felon as well. He was set to go to jail this month. Is that all, babe? But he got a pardon. Okay, so let's check this out. Yeah, this is the one right here.
Donald Trump just pardoned a West Virginia sheriff one day before he was set to begin a 10-year prison term for
West Virginia, Mountain High, take me home to get my gun.
accepting bribes and deputizing individuals, giving them badges, law enforcement badges, in exchange for monetary payment. In a new statement, he writes, Sheriff Scott Jenkins, his wife Patricia, and their family have been dragged through hell by a corrupt and weaponized Biden DOJ.
A corrupt and weaponized Biden DOJ. I do believe that this sheriff actually pled guilty as well, but he's making an excuse for something that is inexcusable and blaming it on Biden. We know that this is how it goes. We know that he tries to take the heat off himself when he does these things, but let's continue. You seen he posted this on his True Social, where I just said that he always tried to put Biden in it when he makes these proclamations on Truth Social, like it's a government information app or some shit. Where are the Republicans, senators and congressmen when this shit is happening? Nobody sees that it is time to impeach this motherfucker, but nobody sees that. And so I hope you guys who live, even if you live in a Democrat district, I hope you call your Republican congressman and senator and voice your opinion. You don't have to be rude. You just have to get to the point and what your point is. Let's continue. I don't see how they think that they are going to be reelected by staying silent on this bullshit. Let's continue.
The sheriff is a victim of an overzealous Biden Department of Justice, and he doesn't deserve to spend a single day in jail. Now, here's the thing. Sheriff Jenkins was scheduled to go to prison tomorrow. He was actually sentenced back in March of this year under the Trump administration, and the Trump administration's Department of Justice celebrated the sentencing in a press release released on the DOJ's website. This sheriff was literally accepting money and...
Bitch, now they counted it as a victory. But now, as he's pardoning him on the Department of Justice website, no less, and now that he's now they are finding a reason to pardon this guy. Now, we do know that 4547 said that he is going to give all cop qualified immunity. So I think he may have forgotten this, and I think we're on the way to seeing this flat qualified immunity being brought up any day now. That train is never late. It is always on time. That racist train is never late. Why do people love the cop so much? Because they see the cop doing brazen type of brazen types of abuse to the black population and the brown population.
Giving random people badges. They were not vetted. They were not trained. Spread the word so more people know. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack tonight, link in my bio, and follow along for all the news that you need to know about. I'll have more to come soon. We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump just pardoned a
Nappy Child, that is one of the 3 pardons that is on deck. Nappy Child, I saw that by way of his mother's checkbook. Yes, that is one of the 3 that I will be highlighting. Here it is right here. Since you brought it up, Nappy Child, you already know I'm on that one.
after his mother paid $1 million to attend.
Oh, I hate when they start off like this. Here we go. News: Trump pardons man's weeks after mom donated $1 million to
corruption in plain sight. Donald Trump has pardoned an individual just weeks after his mother paid $1 million to attend a Trump fundraising dinner. According to the New York Times, Mr. Walczak was a former nursing home executive who pled guilty to tax crimes days after the 2024 election. He submitted a
tax crimes. Since he's been pardoned, he can be the ambassador to a fabulous country. Since he already gave the ambassador to Paris to what is his name? Jared Kushner's criminal father, who was in jail for his tax evasion and for trying to solicit someone, a whore, to go screw his wife's, his wife's sister's husband. Yeah, his wife. He was so mad at his wife that he wanted to get a prostitute to screw his wife's sister's husband and for her to film it. Now, this is our new ambassador to France, who has just got out of jail on tax crimes as well. So maybe this guy can get be the ambassador to Greece or Italy or somewhere fabulous. Let's continue.
Pardon application to Donald Trump around Inauguration Day. His application didn't just focus on himself, but also focused on the political activity of his mother, Elizabeth Fago. Fago had raised millions of dollars for Trump's campaign, and his pardon application argued that his criminal prosecution was motivated by his mother's attempts to help Donald Trump. She then went to a $1 million per person fundraising dinner last month that promised face-to-face access to Donald Trump. Less than 3 weeks later, Donald Trump signed an unconditional pardon of her son, and he is no longer going to prison. And experts are calling it corruption in plain sight.
Less than a month later, didn't take long. All it takes is $1 million, or be a sycophant for him and try to unalive the vice president and stop the legal calling of the election. Okay.
Spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. I'll have much more to come.
Okay, this link is in my description box as well. Nappy Child, I am right there with you. The Christies are up next. You guys know the Christies, the fake Christian family with the gay appearing husband that was all over the news. All over. No, they had a reality TV show. Were they pastors? I never watched the show. I would see commercials for the show. I don't know if they had a mega church or they went to a mega church. You guys know the Christies. I know you know the Christies. Oops, Donald Trump issues full pardons for Todd and Julie Christie after they were convicted of fraud and tax evasion. They were giving a pretty harsh treatment. That's what a guilty verdict brings. It doesn't bring sunshines and water lilies. It brings punishment for your crime. Todd and Julie Christie were convicted of fraud and tax evasion back in 2022. Now, they didn't even have to spend much time in jail. Okay. Originally indicted by the grand jury in 2019, Todd was hit with a 12-year sentence in prison, and Julie was issued a 7-year sentence in federal lockup. The kids, Savannah and Chase, have both been fighting for their freedom, and the couple has previous sentence appeals denied. Trump claims that the couple received harsh sentences. Thoughts? He only got 12 years. They may have trouble getting him out of prison. Walking around with his ass tooted all up, switching and talking in that girl southern drawl. This good old married Christian man. Okay, so I wanted to give you that. I definitely wanted to leave you with that. Now, they had, I think, I can't remember whose mother it was. It was either his or hers, the grandma that lived on the farm. They had her up in on the stand saying that she signed. They had slipped papers to her saying that she was the owner of shit and that she had signed off on shit. And they even put it on the old grandma, the old lady, and she up in court trying to lie for them. And they trying to back, sign papers after the fact saying that she owned all of this different stuff. They had the old lady up in court lying for him. And he talking about they received harsh sentences. That's what it do when you commit crimes. But I guess he feels that there should be no sentences for these crimes that they committed. Hey, DC Kool-Aid and Lisa, Leonard, grand rising to you. Oh, they were in real estate. Okay, they just went to a mega church. Thank you, Nappy Child. And Cory Booker was the only Democrat who voted for his confirmation. Cory Booker, I tell you, he gets on my nerves. Okay, so let me see. I have a couple of more things I would like to. It's just a lot of shit going on. Let's talk about it. Hold on. Let me grab the next thing that I wanted to talk about. Must we talk about this Levitt liar, Caroline Levitt? Let's talk about this. You guys know that 4547 has kicked the Associated Press out of the White House press pool. So when 4547 went to the White House and lied and held up pictures and actually held up pictures, and he also showed a video that allegedly depicted white South African farmers genocide. One of the pictures that he showed up has been Rutgers, who put the pictures out, came out and said that no, this is in the DOC in February, some of the fighting in Rwanda. And so Caroline Levitt was asked a question, and she cited the AP as her source. Let me find what the AP had to say about this. Oh, that's the wrong page. Hold on, let me go back. That is not the right page. Let's see what the AP had to say about it. So she quoted the AP. Okay, here we go. Let's hear what she was asked and what her answer was and what the AP had to say about any of this. Here we go.
As a MAGA rapper celebrity is facing deportation. The Daily Mail.
Also, this rapper, what is his name? Something funky. He is a Cuban, and he was running around in Miami telling everybody to vote for 40, 45, 47. What is his name? Something funky. He's being deported by 45, 47. But he said he still vote for him again. But he's reaching out to people in Cuba to help him because they know how his mouth was and that he's afraid that he's going to be imprisoned for the things that he's been saying about Cuba since he had such a broad microphone. I've never heard of him over there, but I can imagine in Miami he is a superstar. He is a god to them. Okay, let's continue.
Is reporting. And also, remember this Oval Office meeting? Well, there are multiple crises happening at one time because this happened just a couple days ago, where Donald Trump played this video that it turns out was of a demonstration, not of an actual burial site. He was alleging that these were white people being buried by black people in South Africa. This is the South African president. And wouldn't you know it, none of that is true. Now, the thing that is stunning about this is that White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who's a slick son of a bitch, wasn't able to wiggle her way out of this one. And this is what reporters should be doing, is they should be harping on the one thing, which is the truth. Here it is.
Amish, good to see you.
Hi, thanks for taking the question.
Sure.
The president showed a video that he said showed more than 1,000 burial sites of white South Africans that he said were murdered. We know that that was not true and that the video wasn't showing that. So I wonder, why did the president choose to show that? It's not the video was showing a burial site. It is unsubstantiated that that's the case.
No, it is true that video showed the crosses that represent
what the president claimed.
The video showed images of crosses in South Africa about white farmers who have been killed and politically persecuted because of the color of their skin. And those crosses are representing their lives. Those crosses are representing their lives in the fact that they are now dead and their government did nothing about it. Are you disputing that there's no...
The video showed what the president claimed it showed because it did not show that. But even more, what I'm asking you is who at the White House...
No, it did show that. It showed white crosses representing people who have perished because of racial persecution.
Verify the videos that the president shows and what protocols are in place when there's unsubstantiated information being put out for the world and world leaders.
Yamish, what's unsubstantiated about the video? The video shows crosses that represent the dead bodies of people who were racially persecuted by their government. In fact, the Associated Press, of all places, has a picture of that very monument. And the caption from the Associated Press is, "Each cross marks a white farmer who has been killed in a farm murder." So it is...
Okay, so the caption said that. I Googled that caption in the Associated Press. The page is not found. But let me show you what the Associated Press did say about this meetup. Okay. This is the Associated Press official wrap up of this said meeting. This is what I could find from the Associated Press about this. Okay, let me close this. Okay. Trump confronts South African leader with baseless claims of systematic killing of white farmers. This is what it is in my description box. This is from the Associated Press. This is what I found from the Associated Press. And that bitch stood up there and lied as usual. We're not surprised that she stands up there and lies. If she's standing up there, she's lying. President Donald Trump, 4547, used a White House meeting to forcefully confront South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, accusing the country of failing to address Trump's baseless claims of the systematic killings of white farmers. So you can go over there and read that. That is from who? The Associated Press. So there is something else I want to show you. I got goals up. Are my goals still good? Have you guys have nothing? Nobody? Okay. Just making sure. Let me show you something else I wanted to present to you guys about this. Let me share my screen. This is also from who? Let's see who this video is from. This is from the Associated Press. South Africa police minister says Trump twisted facts to said Trump twisted facts to push baseless genocide claims. This is from who? The Associated Press. This is what the Associated Press.
These are articles over the last few days. Death of people. Death. You do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can
And then
take
when
land.
they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No.
Police together with top management. We have respect for the United States of America as a country. We have respect for the people of the United States, and we have respect for the President of the United States, President Donald Trump. But we have no respect for his genocide story whatsoever. It is totally unfounded and totally unsubstantiated. The incident sparked a very strong protest by the farming community in the area. The crosses symbolized killings on farms over years. They are not graves. They don't represent graves. And it was unfortunate that those facts got twisted to fit a false narrative about crime in South Africa.
Okay.
MAGA Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, is getting clowned.
So that's what they had to say about those lies. And that is what the Associated Press came out with. What a fool. Okay, Cory Booker reminds me of Webster's. I keep watching for Mr. Papadopoulos to pop out when he's speaking. With those buck eyes, those extra. You got to take me serious. I'm bucking my eyes out now. Okay, they're even jealous of our oppression. Diabolical work. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. So why is 4547 thought that he was going to have he's trying to get one of those colonial footholds into Africa, such as Russia and China already have, because he's looking for rare earth minerals. Like I told you, either it was Monday or last week, that you noticed there is no more talk about annexing Greenland. Why is there no more talk about annexing Greenland? Greenland that is full of rare earth minerals, because Greenland has made a substantial agreement with the EU for their raw earth minerals. And no more talk about annexing Greenland, because Greenland is already giving it up to countries in the European Union. And so now there's this trying to get a foothold into Africa. All of this trying to get Starlink into Africa by putting tariffs on poor countries that don't even do that much importing from America, but to not pay the high taxes. I highlighted that last week. It's a African country that I'm not familiar with. They allow Starlink to come into Africa, but the majority of the large countries in Africa have allegedly been turning Starlink down, and because of 45, 47 himself. Let me see if I can find. It's all over the place. Let me see. Let me see. Now, why Starlink isn't in South Africa? Elon Musk rejected the government's demand. No, that's the government law, and that's why they are not there. South Africa minister denies changing policy to accommodate Musk Starlinks. This is 16 hours ago. Eye on Africa. Okay. Ramaphosa rejects Elon Musk Starlink. South Africa reacts. That was 3 months ago. Okay. Now, 2 hours ago, South Africa denies trying to bend the rules to give Starlink preferential treatment. This is from France. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay, so I hope that they didn't bend the knee. Oh my God, this is allegedly their own law. Let me see what this newest South Africa denies trying to bend the rules to give Starlink preferential treatment. Let's hear this story.
Minister is standing firm. South Africa's communications minister is standing firm. Solly Malatsi is insisting that the country is not relaxing its black economic empowerment laws for tech giants like Elon Musk's Starlink. It comes after backlash over policy changes he put forward that would allow communications companies like Starlink to bypass equity rules. The communications minister had been facing Parliament. He's been accused of not consulting the ANC before putting the draft policy out for debate. Tom Canetti is at the Parliament in Cape Town.
So the minister said the reason for this draft policy recommendation was to open up South Africa's market to companies like Starlink.
Okay, so this is a recommendation, and they think that this is something that they're doing to give Starlink a foothold into South Africa. You hear them say that he has done this before, put things out and for discussion. And here we go.
From the US, which he said has the best and most progressive technology in the sector at the moment. Obviously, what's prohibiting that from happening is black economic empowerment laws here, which one speaker backed up the minister, questioning the efficacy of those laws, saying that they only benefit a small few, noting an example of a 1 trillion rand being pumped into BE laws to only benefit about 100 people. But
that's 100 more than it would benefit if the law wasn't enacted. You don't want to benefit 0 people, or would benefiting 0 people be better? Let's continue.
The heart of the debate was about sort of grilling the minister for not first off consulting the ANC before making this policy recommendation, and being accused of succumbing to pressure from Washington to sort of rewrite South Africa's transformative laws without first of all consulting the right parties in South Africa First of all, another speaker noted that the telecommunications industry is one of the least transformed.
Okay, so we see the muskrat is in this meeting. 4547 did reference him, but he didn't open his big mouth in that meeting and sat up there jerking his head. That ketamine jerk, people say that it's a ketamine jerk, and spinning his head around in circles and his jaws all in tighten. He absolutely said not a word when the billionaire from South Africa who Ramaphosa brought along with him said that it was factually inaccurate, that lie that they were saying about white genocide and farmers being killed. He didn't open his word as many times as he has proliferated that lie on Twitter, on X, as many times as Elon Musk has spread that lie on X about white farmers being killed for their land in Africa at a staggering word. He didn't say one fucking word. Let's continue.
Since the transition to democracy in terms of black ownership, and another noted the national security potential threat by giving Elon Musk so much control over the sector, and giving the example of Musk sort of indirectly threatening to shut off Starlink on the Ukrainian front earlier this year. Now, the minister sort of ended.
Exactly. Elon Musk threatened that he would shut off Starlink in a nation that is in a war with Russia. So they are right to be hesitant from this power-hungry, ignorant motherfucker. They are right to be skeptical and not ease up on any of their laws. So this was so they are trying to make it appear like South Africa has changed their laws. No, that is not what happened. So there we have.
Did this debate by saying that he will follow the right process and take any comments about the draft, the policy recommendation into consideration.
Policy recommendation.
So here's something interesting. Elon Musk's SpaceX venture, Starlink, has revolutionized internet access in many parts of the world, with its constellation of low Earth orbit satellites offering high-speed, low-latency internet. But it's still not available in South Africa. So I'm here to unpack to you the why. Yes, it's got government involved, but let me explain. In fact, before I even get there, just recently, Zimbabwe became the 8th African country to license Starlink to provide satellite internet services in a deal involving one of President Emmerson Mnangagwa's close associates, Tricky. President Mnangagwa made the announcement around the 25th of May this year, as he revealed that Starlink would partner with a local company, IMC Communications. The company is owned by Wicknell Chivayo, who is regularly seen with the president. However, Starlink will only be accessible through Chivayo's company, which received the licensing rights from the Postal Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe.
So that sounds pretty much like what South Africa wants to do. They have to partner with 30% with a black South African. That sounds like the same deal. That he just want to go in there unabashed and get all of the money.
This information is key for you to understand. Starlink has local partners in Zimbabwe. Keep that in mind as this video progresses. So what is Starlink? Starlink is a constellation of thousands of low Earth orbit satellites that are significantly closer to Earth than traditional satellites. Elon Musk has been launching these into orbit for many years at a much faster and cheaper rate due to him having a technological advantage through his space company. The proximity of these low Earth orbit satellites translates into faster speeds compared to traditional satellite internet. Starlink also offers significantly faster download and upload speeds, potentially reaching well over 100 megabits per second. Another advantage is low latency, where latency is the amount of time that it takes for data to travel. Starlink's lower latency allows for smoother video conferencing, online gaming, and real-time applications to run faster than from other links. Starlink also offers a wider coverage. The sheer number of Starlink satellites in orbit promises broader internet access reaching remote areas often underserved by traditional terrestrial infrastructure. However, South Africa, despite its significant need for improved internet connectivity, remains absent from Starlink's operational map, but Zimbabwe is. Many want to make it a complex issue, but it's actually really simple. I'll explain. The most significant hurdle for Starlink in South Africa is the lack of a proper operating license from the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa, ICASA, the National Telecommunications Regulator. They require all companies offering satellite internet services to acquire a license in the country. While Starlink has expressed interest in entering the South African market, it hasn't formally applied for a license as of June 2024, or even the making of this video. But here's where things get even more interesting. ICASA has cautioned companies against importing and selling Starlink user terminals. They've even called it flat out illegal. Some people have been known to go across the border into countries that have Starlink, like Mozambique, and then they come back into South Africa, install these, and use them illegally. Starlink, on the other hand, claims that they are abiding by international regulations, and they've accused South African resellers of violating its terms of service and copyrights by using Starlink logos to market unauthorized resales in the country and even in neighboring countries. This creates a catch-22 situation. Starlink can't operate in South Africa without a license, but ICASA may not issue one until Starlink complies with local regulations regarding resellers and other operational aspects. One of those operational aspects is BEE. Triple BEE, or Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment, is a policy that all companies operating in South Africa must adhere to. This policy aims to redress historical economic inequalities by requiring companies operating in South Africa to have a certain percentage of ownership or management positions held by Black individuals. Generally, this is around 30% at a minimum. While the exact details of the Starlink's potential
And that is unacceptable. Management position, DEI, Black people in management position at Starlink. No, no. It's an absolute no. But he wants to say that they won't allow Starlink into South Africa because he's white. I showed you the Twitter post where he posted that himself. They won't allow Starlink into South Africa because I'm white. Is that why? I will not help uplift anybody in South Africa per their rules for equality in their own country that has been under apartheid for so many years, which profited me and my family and white people like me in South Africa to the point that we are 7% of the population and own 78% of the land in South Africa. No, I will not.
Potential non-compliance with triple BEE remains unclear to a lot of us. It's been cited as a reason for the delay in obtaining the license. Ensuring some level of BEE compliance and adherence demonstrates a commitment to inclusivity and will also align with the national development goals of South Africa. However, it's important to note that triple BEE-like requirements are often points of negotiation with foreign companies entering the South African market. And Starlink has in some areas adhered to these requirements, like in Zimbabwe. Finding a middle ground that satisfies both Starlink's ownership structure and South Africa's empowerment goals is the only way forward. At least that's what it looks like to me. While Starlink offers...
Okay, so I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. I just thought to Google it while I was having the conversation. This is this link. Enjoy your walk, Liz. Okay. That's this link. If you want to continue and finish that video. So I gave you what the AP had to say about this. Now, let me see. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about, the crosses. I wanted to talk about the crosses. He said that all of these people, all of these crosses, and there are thousands of them out there, they represent a burial site of white farmers who have been killed in South Africa. So we are, just doing a little homework on what was presented in the Oval Office when the South African president visited. Okay. this, here it is right here. Okay, here we go. Let me share this with you. I understand some black people don't believe anything unless it's coming out the white man's mouth. But this is a news report on it. I will drop the link in the chat right now.
And bring in our reporter Pimani Baloyi, who is at all right, let's continue on this and bring in our reporter Pimani Baloyi, who is at a memorial site for those killed in farm attacks. For more on this, we cross now to Pimani. Pimani, a very good afternoon to you. Just describe, of course, where you are and the significance of this visit.
Good afternoon, Unite, and good afternoon to our viewers. Unite, we're coming to you live from on the side of the N1 between Polokwane and Mokopane in front of what is called the Place Morde Memorial site, which is a memorial that we understand was constructed in 2004. But just to correct information that we stated earlier, Unati, we said this is the location where the video where President Cyril Ramaphosa was shown last night by US President Donald Trump is, but we have just learned that this is not that exact location. This is just one of many memorial sites that have been erected across South Africa to mark the memory of farmers who lost their lives while on farms while trying to secure food for many South Africans. What we do know about this monument is that it used to be commemorated annually by a lot of community structures, including political parties, just to commemorate annually the lives that were lost while trying to secure food for South Africa. This is one of many sites across the country. It's not yet clear which place was used in the video that US President Donald Trump showed President Cyril Ramaphosa. So the crosses that you see behind me, Unati, let me just zoom in so we can show you. There's a central cross that we are told, according to history, has over 100 crosses around it. But there's also crosses, that are scattered around that main cross. This in memory of farmers who lost their lives on farms. These, we've been told, are not just farmers of Afrikaner descent, but also farmers who are not from South Africa, some of Portuguese descent, but others are black farmers who were killed on South African farms, which we've been told that the significance of places such as this that are not just located here in Limpopo is to ensure that the people who lost their lives while trying to secure food for the country's lives are remembered by centuries to come, Unati.
Okay, so there you go. It's not just for white South African farmers. It is also for Portuguese and black farmers who have lost their lives. And it was also reported in the statistics that there had been, let me see if I still have that, 7 African farmers. Let me see if I still have that statistic up. Let me see. I hope I didn't take it down. I think I took it down. Yeah, I took it down. I reported that on that last week. So they said that there have been 7 there had been 7 farmers killed. I forget what period of time it was, and that of the people who were killed on farms, most of those 7 were actually farm workers. So it's a whole bunch of bullshit has been mixed up in this, and ignoring the high crime rate South Africa has, period. So we're gonna go on. I have some other things I wanted to share with you. Let me see. What else? What else did I have? I had a lot of shit. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on one second. What else did I want to talk about? Oh my God. Oh, this budget bill, that big, beautiful budget, has a little loophole in it that will help take power from the Supreme Court. If you didn't know that, plan to destroy the courts in budget bill. There's a link in here for that. What is genocide? The U.S. is silent. Okay, let me see. Let's talk about this genocide situation. Let's talk about the G word. Let's talk about genocide. Here we go. Let me share this with you. We're living through multiple genocides that are being ignored. Why we have some fake genocide being pushed in our face. What's going on in the Sudan is absolutely being ignored. What's going on in the Congo is absolutely being ignored. What's going on in Palestine, while it is front and center, nothing is being done about it. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot. All of this talk about it, nothing's being done about it, and you think that the knowledge of it is the stuff that is missing in the genocide of blacks that are going on right now. They don't even bother to mention it. They don't bother to mention it. But they want to make agreements on business deals about Starlink and about mining all the rare earth minerals. You saw 45, 47 when Ramaphosa told him that he would like him to come to Africa for a state dinner. And the only thing that fucking thud could think about, yeah, you have a beautiful, beautiful country. It has lots of minerals. It has the earth is so. He couldn't say. He talking about what's in the ground instead of the people that are walking on ground. That's all that they can see. They cannot see the humanity in the black people who are actually experimenting genocide right now. To bring white people over to America because they say they can better adapt. They can get in line with the racist America. I assume that they must mean these apartheid Africans. I assume they must mean that. Let's talk about genocide.
The G word, genocide. Most media outlets in the West, even now, even as Israel continues to proudly flatten Gaza and starve the Palestinians of Gaza, refuse to use the term genocide. Joe Biden last year went out of his way to say what's happening in Gaza is not genocide. Keir Starmer refuses to say it is. And pro-Israel groups often accuse anyone who says Gaza is a genocide of perpetrating an anti-Semitic blood libel. And yet here's the thing they don't want you to know. Genocide experts are almost all in agreement that what's happening is a genocide, per the legal definition under the Genocide Convention, acts committed with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. So here are the names, the expert names you need to know, including Jewish and Israeli experts, on the subject of genocide to avoid being gaslit by apologists for Israel. First, there are the academic experts who say Gaza is a genocide. Martin Shaw, who literally wrote the book, What is Genocide? Melanie O'Brien, who is the literal president of the International Association of Genocide Scholars. Dirk Moses, who is the senior editor of the Journal of Genocide Research. Eva Vukušić, who helped prosecute the Srebrenica genocide. William Shabas, who even defended Myanmar against charges of genocide, against the Rohingya, but says what Israel is doing in Gaza now is a genocide. There are also the Israeli genocide experts, the Israeli historians of the Holocaust, who say Gaza is a genocide. Professors Omer Bartov, Amos Goldberg, Daniel Blattman, Raz Siegel, Lee Mordecai, Dr. Shmuel Lederman, who was originally opposed to calling Gaza a genocide, but now says, quote, what Israel is doing in Gaza is genocidal in every sense. Then there are the human rights groups who say Gaza is a genocide. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, the legal clinics at top US universities who say it's a genocide, at Boston University School of Law, at Cornell Law School, at Yale Law School. The United Nations organizations and experts who say it's a genocide. The UN Independent International Commission of Inquiry. The UN Special Committee to investigate Israeli practices. Multiple UN special rapporteurs. In fact, speaking the other week to the Dutch newspaper NRC, the Israeli expert Ras Siegel said, "Can I name someone whose work I respect who doesn't consider it genocide?" His answer, no. The Israeli expert Shmuel Lederman says it's not.
Okay, so we are clear on this. But you write an op-ed in your student newspaper supporting the Palestinians, and you're taking to a concentration camp in America. So they're saying that they're being anti-Semitic, and they cannot, if they actually had anti-Semitic rhetoric like the South Africans that they bought over here that were unvetted, that had all of this fucking Jewish slur, anti-Semitic sentiment towards the Jewish, but they bought them over here from South Africa because they could better fit in with the American way of life. What the fuck is really going on here? You should see what is really going on. This is your government. This is your government. And if none of this concerns you, oh well. So that's what one thing that I wanted to share with you on the genocide. There's one more. No, there's two more. You know that one of the things that they are also allegedly upset with Ramaphosa about is because he wanted to, he bought what Palestine, what Israel is doing to Palestine, to the world courts, their actions to have them arrested under war crimes. So that is another tense, alleged tense thing between the United States and South Africa. They are displeased that South Africa did what they chose to do as a free nation and did not lick ass and saddle up to this theory that, and ignoring the actual genocide that they feel that is going on in Palestine, in Palestine. So let me share with you this one right here. Now, I am not a fan of what is his name, Cenk Uygur anymore. I used to love the TYT network, but they are all of this talk about the leftists and the left, and Anna, she is just so ridiculous. I'm sick of the left. I'm sick of the left. The left are so the left make me sick. And as she's licking ass to 45, 47. Okay, so Clank, what is his name? Cenk Uygur unleashes on IDF spokesman shamelessly lying for Israel. You're a monster. That is the name of this video. That is what video is this? The Humanist Report. If you're not familiar with the Humanist,
there is no evidence you are defeated.
This is where you can find this. A big argument. Okay, here we go.
There is no evidence you are defeating Hamas, and that is my problem with what is going on. If there was clear evidence you were winning, great. There isn't.
Said you cannot destroy the Nazis. We would be saluting the Third Reich today if we listened to those people. You are trying to convince Israel and the world we can't destroy Hamas. Well, you are wrong.
You're doing the Third Reich. You're doing
Not
it.
only about Israel.
I can't
you are
stand
wrong
this propaganda.
about the Gaza
You're
people.
the one starving,
the Gaza
baby.
Okay. So he's trying to call Palestine Third Reich as they are committing genocide on the Palestinian people. Okay, they are nonstop with their propaganda. They are unfazed with their propaganda. You see, this guy doesn't blink twice as he's spewing his propaganda.
world. We can't destroy Hamas. Well, you are
You're
wrong.
doing
You know
the
who you're
third
wrong
right.
about, Pierce?
You're doing
Not
it.
only about Israel.
I can't
You are
stand this
wrong
propaganda.
about the Gazan
You're
people.
the one starving
The Gazan
babies.
people have
Don't call
died in the
anyone else the
streets
third right.
trying to tell
Don't
you
call anyone
that
the third
Hamas
right
is
when
at
you're
fault.
starving babies
Allah
to death.
Akbar, kill
Have you no
Hamas.
humanity?
Allah Akbar,
Have you no
Hamas are the
morality?
terrorists.
Have you no
Oh, yeah,
decency?
Ravi.
Have you no
Constant
decency?
Gazans are
You
dying
do not
here so
speak for
that you
Jewish
will hear
people.
the voice.
You
I
do
don't
not
expect this
speak for all of the
anti-Semite
people of
to hear the
Israel.
voice.
All
But
right.
you,
God,
Pierce,
you're
I'm gonna
such a
end it there.
disgusting.
Oh, okay. So he said he doesn't expect this anti-Semite to hear the voice, because Jank, I think he is Muslim or he is atheist. I don't know what he is. I know that he is born into a Muslim family. So it is just real easy for him to say he's an anti-Semite because of his disagreement. I didn't hear him call him any type of racial epithets or anything. Always the victim, as they are starving people for over 11 weeks. And then when they lift the barricades and let a few trucks with aid trickle in. It is said that they had death trials in that aid that trickled in to give them a message. This is what you're gonna get from us. You're gonna get some shrouds to bury your motherfucking selves with. How fucking inhumane. And nobody's talking about these death shrouds that they allegedly bought in. I showed you a report of them saying what was in this aid, and purposely what is in this aid. The aid only consists of infant formula. That's what it consists of, and they said that they did that because they didn't want people. There was a report that of Netanyahu saying that they didn't want people to be able to say that they were being cruel to the people. It would make it look bad. They're doing it. It's performance. It's all performance theater as they continue to ethnically cleanse that whole region. So to make it, it looks too bad. Oh, too many people are talking about us starving them out with no food, water, fuel, or medical supplies. Oh, we're in our 11th week. We thought they'd be dead by now, but they're still hanging on. And it's going to look bad on us if we go a little any longer, trying to make excuses why we're not letting any food aid, fuel, or medical aid in there. No, let's pretend like we're trying to help. Out of the 500 trucks a day that go in, or some people say it's 500 trucks a day. Some people say it was 100 trucks a day. Let's say that 5 trucks go in. And act like we are giving humanitarian aid to the people. Okay. So now I also want to share this with you. Being around the world and I have been all around the world with this. Now the EU has also stepped up. The biggest EU blow to Israel. Top European ally Germany threatens action over aimless Gaza bombing. It seems, okay, this is in, I think they.
Und es scheint der Zeitpunkt gekommen, wo ich es öffentlich sagen muss, dass dies nicht mehr verständlich ist, was da gegenwärtig passiert. Und deswegen werden wir den Dialog mit der Regierung in Israel intensivieren.
Hold on. Germany blasts Israel over unbearable Gaza siege. Incomprehensible. Germany demands answers from Netanyahu. Trusted ally Germany threatens action against Israel over Gaza. German leaders are intensifying their criticism. What is this? Hold on. Of Israel military actions in Gaza. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz questioned the look behind ongoing airstrikes in the logic behind ongoing airstrikes in Gaza.
Das, was da gerade in den letzten Tagen passiert ist, dass
What has happened in recent days appears to me no longer to be urgently necessary.
Scheint mir als nicht mehr zwingend notwendig
for the defense of Israel's right to exist for fighting Hamas terrorism, the civilian
Verteidigung des Existenzrechts Israel und zur Bekämpfung des Terrorismus der Hamas. Hier wird die
the civilian population is being affected extensively here.
Bevölkerung im Übermaß in Mitleidenschaft gezogen.
He admitted he was hesitant to speak earlier, but now finds Israel operations incomprehensible. He admitted he was hesitant to speak earlier. Okay.
Mir erschien und erscheint der Zeitpunkt.
It seemed and seems to me that the time has come when I had to say publicly that what is happening there at present is no longer compromissible. And therefore, we will
ist, was da gegenwärtig passiert, und deswegen werden wir den Dialog mit der Regierung
intensify dialogue with the government of Israel. He plans to raise the matter directly with Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu this week. He declined to comment on future German arms exports to Israel. The government spokesman said such matters fall under Germany's National Security Council. German Foreign Minister Jonathan Waterfall called for the humanitarian situation in Gaza, unbearable. He said he would speak with Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Al-Shar later today. Waterhouse criticized the blockade, saying Gazans are being denied food and medicine. He stressed that support for Israel existence must not justify its actions in Gaza. He warned Berlin is considering further steps, but gave no specific details. Israel ambassador to Germany, Ron Poser, acknowledged Merz's criticism. Poster told German broadcaster Israel takes Merz's remarks seriously because he's a friend. Okay, so There it is. It is what it is. Okay. So that's what I have on the genocide. What say you? Let me see what you guys, if you guys have anything to say about that. In contra, what it in what is it in? It's incomparable. No, it's not. It's not incomparable. It's what is it? Hey, Sandy. Grand Rising. Uh, Kank. What is Jank? Jank Uger is a white supremacist on the low. He ain't fooling us. Jank, that's it, how his name. Uh, that's crazy evil. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys that on uh, this genocide thing. It seems like at the end of I mean, it's nothing else to call a thing but the thing it is. Uh, so, uh, but now you notice that the United States has gotten quite silent. They have broken away. They are not doing strikes in Yemen with Israel. None of these things. But Israel said that once 45-47 has decided if Iran and the U.S. have another deal or not. If it is not a deal, Israel says that it will strike Iran now. So, what is that all about? It is depending upon our deal with Iran, whether or not Israel will be striking Iran. So it's a whole lot of bullshit going on in this world, and trying to make it seem like they give a fuck about genocide. I mean, give a fuck about anti-Semitism when they bring in anti-Semites to America. They are checking out every student's social media pages and everything to make sure that there isn't anything in their social media posts that they can pretend to be for Hamas, or that they can pretend to be anti-Semitism speech, but they didn't have the same common sense to scan the social media posts of these white Afrikaners who are allegedly by a lie experiencing a genocide. They didn't have the forethought to go skim over their social media to see all the actual anti-Semitism on their social media sites. All of this is bullshit. All of this is a whole lot of bullshit. In the meantime, they're trying to, in Texas, they want to put the 10 Commandments up in Texas. Let me see if I can find that what they're doing in Texas. This woman who was trying to get the 10 Commandments put up is a piece of work who wrote the amendment or something to get the 10 Commandments put up in every school. Because I got to find that. Please, please, please. Where is that? Oh, I found that anonymous thing that I was trying to play for you earlier. Let me okay. Now this is the woman, and I want you to hear her arguments that she gave. That she's going to try to pretend like, oh, did I say that about putting the 10 Commandments up in schools? So here we go. The name of this video is Lone Democrats Leave Christian Karen Speeches on the Floor of Texas Legislature. So I happen to be just perusing around the YouTube streets. Nothing, just a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of dumb shit. I happened in someone's chat, and I'm listening to the person on the panel, and they, what do they say when, bless her heart, try to start having a political conversation. A political conversation about that's why they are bringing that's why they're putting food stamps with the states, because the states know what to do with the food stamps. No, bitch, they taking the food stamps. You're talking about, oh, they're putting food stamps with the state. Don't know what the fuck she's talking about, and trying to act as if she has a master class in any of the shit that she's running her mouth on. So and that's good. And then somebody said something about they want to put something with the states, and the states ain't got the money to pay for that. They put in the Board of Education with the states. That's what they're putting in the states. But, if you're not a parent that is in touch with your children, you don't know or give a fuck about that. And you can't even speak upon the Board of Education, because do you really give a fuck about the education of your child? No, you are talking about some motherfucking food stamps. That's what you're talking about. Not and the food stamps that they're taking away from you, you thinking that they're putting with the state. No, they're putting the education of your child. You know, that important matter, not feeding your belly, not having something to barter for cash. No, they are putting that with the state. The education of your child is what they're putting with the states, that they do not have any money to enforce, to make sure that your child has a good education. But no, you worried about motherfucking food stamps and got the whole fucking story twisted. Okay. I ain't got no kids. And then when the person said, they're putting their something about to the effect, I forgot, because the person talks over everybody, the beef sector whole thing, you just talking and yelling over people who are just trying to have a conversation. The other person was saying, no, the states don't have money to pay for that type of stuff. You need to come to Texas. Texas got more money than anybody. Come to Texas. Okay, let's go to Texas. This would be remiss on people who don't give a fuck about the education of their children. So let's go to Texas and see what's going on in good old Texas. They got everything for everybody.
Not bear false witness. Are you aware of any legislators who have lied about it? The Ninth Commandment is thou shalt not bear false witness. Are you aware of any legislators who have lied about anything?
There might be one coming up in a minute if you keep talking.
Hold on. We're going to have to get to the beginning. That started in the middle. He's talking.
To do so too. Yet it appears she didn't really know what the 10 Commandments even are, or what is particular flavor, her particular. And the co-sponsor, the sponsor of this bill, is a lady named Candy Noble, who is she is the Karen that you think she's gonna be. She is the smug, painted on smile while she's just being a vicious little bigot, while she's using her Christianity as a weapon against those who are not Christian, who aren't religious, kids, children that she wants to indoctrinate in her particular flavor, her particular version and interpretation of Christianity. Does it not matter whether they are children in a Christian home, children in a Muslim home, children in a Jewish home, children in a non-believer home? It does not matter. And this James Tallarico took her to task. This first clip is very brief. It's just him asking. This is a woman who is pious, who is deeply religious, who wants to follow the rules of her God, and she wants children to do so too. Yet it appears she didn't really know what the 10 Commandments even are, or what is contained within them, as evidenced by this question from James Tallarico.
Does the gentlelady yield for some questions?
The lady yields questions. The lady yields.
Thank you, Representative Noble. What is the fourth commandment?
Are you referring to my to the way it's written in the bill?
Yes.
Okay, right. Keep the Sabbath. It's about us being here on Saturday. Is that ironic or what?
So what does it mean to keep the Sabbath holy?
Well, I think it's.
She had no idea, but she wants to mandate this into public schools to make it seems like her non-Christian ass has done something, to make it seems like she has made people get in line for God, and when she doesn't even know the commandments herself.
You want to get into theology?
Maybe she ought to put them on the walls, every wall in her fucking home.
Here, I'd love to if you'd like to.
You'd love to get into theology when you don't even know what the fourth commandment of your particular faith is, the thing that you think is so important that children know and learn and have browbeaten into them. You don't even know what it is, but I'd love to have a theological discussion with you. Oh yeah, I'm sure you would, Candy Noble. You had to have the little staffer behind you clue you into what it is. And look, a lot of you may not know what the commandments are by number, but you're not claiming to be this knowledgeable, pious individual who has.
And I'm not demanding that they be put up in schools, because I understand and respect the separation of church and state. I don't have anything about anybody's religion. But are we going to put all the commandments of all religions up in school? What makes your Christian faith any higher or different than any other's religious faith? This is a bunch of bullshit.
As deeply, deeply held convictions about the commandments from your God. If Candy Noble, is it going to be tomorrow when we vote on this bill?
God, who founded the world.
What was leading? This was a leading question. What is the Fourth Amendment? Well, it's keep the Sabbath day holy. Well, the next question is, as you would expect, what day is it today? What day is it going to be tomorrow when we vote on this bill?
God, who founded the world, didn't need rest, and yet he took a day of rest after he did creation. And I think he was a good example to us to take a day of rest. And that is enshrined in our rules, in our Constitution, where it says accepting Sunday in our very early documents as a nation.
And so part of keeping the Sabbath holy is not working on the Sabbath?
That is
and what is
day of rest.
The Ten Commandments come from Judaism. What day is the Jewish Sabbath?
It is on Saturday.
And what day is it today?
It is Saturday. Here we are.
The Christian Sabbath is what day?
Sunday, in honor of the day that Jesus rose from the dead.
And we're scheduled to give this bill a final vote on what day of the week?
It's ironic, isn't it?
Would you be?
It's ironic, isn't it? It's ironic, isn't it? You will go through hell and high water to have your way, and you don't respect your own religion. And now let's see how it's not that she is not respecting her religion. It's that she would like to have had this bill passed last week, but you guys wouldn't let that be, because they wanted to have discussions about the bill, and the legislative season was wrapping up. So unfortunately, you had to be here on a Saturday and a Sunday, but you're willing to do that because you have no respect for your religion that you want to put in every school, and to pretend like it means so much to you. This is a co-sponsor of the bill. What means so much to her is trying to say that as a legislator, she co-sponsored the bill in Texas that was approved. That's the only thing that means something to this smiley ass, stupid ass bitch.
Be willing to postpone your bill so that we're not breaking the Ten Commandments by working on the Jewish or Christian Sabbath?
I love that you said that, because if we had not had your point of order the other day, we would have actually already completed that.
And so, Representative Noble, you're saying that you'd rather tell people to follow the Ten Commandments than follow it yourself?
I would have rather have had this bill passed the other day when it was time. And that's really sad that we are under such a crunch in time now with the end of session. Our Texas forefathers only gave us 160 days to pass bills, and that's where we are in this session.
a couple things. One, notice that there's a crowd forming around her that will come into play in this next clip. But I find it very funny that these people who act like this is a commandment from God. Yeah, well, you know, there's exceptions. You know, it's honor thy mother and father only if there's a bill that, oh, you get forced into it that you can violate that one. Here again is James Tallarico taking him to task.
We as a legislature are about to force every teacher in the state to post the 10 Commandments in their classrooms.
If they are
members
donated.
of the Texas legislature follow the 10 Commandments?
Is that about the bill?
Your bill is about the 10 Commandments.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
asking, do members?
And you hear somebody say, "Is that about the bill?" She has a whole coaching staff behind her. He asks a question, and and then you hear, "Is that about the bill?" And she repeats like a parrot, "Is that about the bill?"
I'm asking, do members of this legislature follow the 10 Commandments?
So again, this bill is about honoring our historical, educational, and judicial heritage with the display.
Members of this legislature follow the 10 Commandments.
So again, this bill is about
members of the Texas legislature follow.
Taking him to task.
We as a legislature are about to force every teacher in the state to post the 10 Commandments in their classrooms.
If
do
they are
members
donated.
of the Texas legislature follow the 10 Commandments?
Is that about
Is
the
that
bill?
about the bill?
Your bill is about the 10 Commandments.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
asking, do members of this legislature follow the 10 Commandments?
So again, this bill is about honoring our historical, educational, and judicial heritage with the display.
Historical, but we don't want to teach the actual real history of this nation. We want to say that this is something historical. No, it's not historical to have anything about religious in schools, bitch.
Plain of the 10
Oh,
Commandments.
wait a minute. They used to say, no, that was the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh no, they used to do the prayer in school, but they didn't have nothing about no 10 Commandments being on in every classroom.
The 9th Commandment is thou shalt not bear false witness. Are you aware of any legislators who have lied about anything?
That is, you know, there might be one coming up in a minute if you keep talking. We'll see.
The 7th Commandment is thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yes.
Do you think that members of the legislature should focus more on trying to follow the 10 Commandments rather than telling others to follow them?
Maybe they didn't have them posted. I am, you know, it is incumbent on all of us to follow God's law. And I think that we would be better off if we did.
One, it is not incumbent upon all of us to follow God's law, whatever that is. There are many people who abide by, who follow other faiths other than the three big monotheistic religions in the world. There are Buddhists, there are Sikhs in this world. Behind her, they're in there to support her, I guess. It's getting larger and larger and larger. And he really hammers her at the end, and she gets saved by the gavel that her time is over. And you can see relief wash over Candy Noble's face.
In the committee hearing for this bill, you said that students should see the 10 Commandments in their classroom and remember, quote, God is watching. Is that correct?
What?
In the committee hearing for this bill, you...
What? I didn't say that. I didn't say that they should see the 10 Commandments on the wall. What? What? Let's repeat, bitch.
The 10 Commandments in their classroom and remember, quote, God is...
that her time is over, and you can see relief wash over Candy Noble's face.
In the committee hearing for this bill, you said that students should see the 10 Commandments in their classroom and remember, quote, God is watching. Is that correct?
What?
In the committee hearing for this bill, you said that students should see the 10 Commandments in their classroom and remember, quote, God is watching.
I do not recall that.
You said it in response to a question from Representative Bryant in the Public Education Committee. You don't recall that?
No, obviously you do, though. You know, that was like 4:30 in the morning. We were all pretty sleep deprived.
No, we're talking about what you said. We were all pretty sleep deprived. Why are you discussing bills at 4:30 in the morning? This seems to be that important to you that you are up discussing this bill about putting the church in the schools. We were all kind of sleep deprived. He quoted what you said, bitch. What? Are you sleep deprived now? It seems like you're sleep deprived now. You can't remember what you said in the committee meeting. Yeah, you remember you said that. You remember if you said that, you think that. So why are you acting so surprised that he's repeating something that you obviously feel?
I don't remember in what response that was, if indeed that was a response. I do, however, believe.
The lady's time is expired.
Thrilled.
But you're not going to deny that you said that. I didn't remember saying that. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Okay, so I wanted you to see that while people who are really being affected by these policies, think I don't know where they get this information from. It's amazing where people get these tall tales about these policies that are being enacted. I guess around the end of October, when I think the policies, the budget comes into effect in October or September, when the policy comes into play, after they pass all of this extra shit that they are putting in a continuing resolution bill where they have changed the whole fucking budget in this continuing resolution, which means that we are going to continue on our current spending. But no, this is a whole new budget bill. It'll be a shame that some people find out that what this administration really has in store for them. Okay, so FEMA has not shown up in the tornado ravaged areas. The same 45, 47 who wanted to jam up traffic and say that Biden and FEMA had not shown up in North Carolina last year when he wasn't in office. Now that he's in office, he has ignored the tornadoes. Have you heard him say anything public about the people in the tornado ravaged states? Have you heard him say anything about I'm going to get FEMA out to you? Have you seen him run up to a camera and to speak about these people in the United States? I guess he said there's too many black people affected by this. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, let them get it how they live. Let them get it how they live. Okay, so let me see if there may be a couple more things. Oh, that anonymous thing. That I found the anonymous thing right here. Let me share this with you. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Let me share this with you. They allegedly have something that is I don't know, supposed to happen in 38 days or something to that effect. And I was thinking about the number of days that they said before there would be civil unrest in the streets of the United States, which will cause 45, 47 to put our military in the streets. We know that he has tried to already say that there are many of reasons why our military should be in the street. We cannot forget that he has expanded the border so many miles inland of the United States and all the way up the coast from I think it is New Mexico all the way into California, and he wanted to declare that a military base in 3 states. He wanted to declare that land a military base. All of these things have been struck down by the courts, but we see he has no respect for any court rulings. If he had that, what's his name? Brigo guy would be back from El Salvador. We see he has absolutely no respect for the courts. We also, if you don't remember, I just told you that there is a line item in this budget that they're voting on right now that will give the Supreme Court less power. They can just make rulings on what is law, but they can't send a cop to you and put you in jail. They can call you in contempt of court, but they don't have a police to come out here and arrest you. So, and we see he has no respect for the courts. Let's not forget the story that I reported on a while ago that he sent Hegseth, JD Vance, and Kristi Noem out to the Mexican border to see if he would have to enact not the Aliens Enemies Act, another act which will allow for him to put our military on the ground. What act was that? I forget. I can't remember what act it is. I talked about it earlier. And they were to come back by April 20th with their results. At the time when they themselves were saying that there was no large border crossings, up to 30 people a day were approaching the border. So therefore, that there is no big influx of people coming in at the border. So why is he shoring up the border so much? Why are there 2 battleships cruising the Gulf of Mexico and up into the Pacific Ocean, all the way up to Greenland, I believe? Does it make you wonder, or do you not care? Is that an easy place to deploy troops in heavily populated blue states? I don't know. I'm just asking. These are where the blue states are. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's no curiosity about any of this. So let me share this with you.
So we've covered in the past the group Anonymous and various threats that they've made, or leaks or exposés that they foreshadowed that they were going to do. And we have another one here. Now, I remember the last time they did this, they went on to, it was some sort of a cyber attack, I believe, against the company that does most of the ICE deportations, like the plane company. I don't remember if they stole their data or they did. I think they stole their data so that we know who was on these illegal ICE flights, right? So they've already used their power for good, for exposing crimes and wrongdoing, and give the public information about the innocent people who are being disappeared. Well, now we have another teaser here. Let's watch and then we'll discuss.
Hello, my fellow citizens of America. This is Anonymous. 38 days remain until the truths of our country are revealed. They've told you not to listen to people like me. They've trained you to recoil at the sound of the words conspiracy theory, like a reflex, like a spell. Say it enough times, and truth starts to sound like madness. But what happens when the veil breaks? When you see it for yourself, what do you call a conspiracy? When it's no longer a theory. The horrors come not in my words. They're in the documents, the footage, the signatures. They're in the children taken, the war stage, the citizens' study of lab rats and programs designed to your face. They're in your food, your water, your media, your science. You think you've seen scandal? No, you've seen what they were willing to sacrifice to protect the real story underneath. The real story is darker than you've imagined, and far more deliberate. In 38 days, there will be no more comfortable disbelief, no more dismissive eye rolls. The world will not debate whether these things may be true. The world will have to ask how they ever doubted them in the first place. The phrase, conspiracy theory, will rot in its grave, where it belongs. In its place will stand evidence and consequence. You won't need to trust me. You'll see for yourself. And once you do, nothing will ever feel normal again. The countdown continues. And the truth, your truth, is getting louder. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
So Anonymous, as I'm sure you all know, is a decentralized group. So it's not like there's a hierarchy of command and they're all working on the same thing. But having said that, the last time we covered one of these teasers, they delivered. They delivered. They did something tangible, and that was a huge deal. And so they're saying in 38 days the truth is going to come out. I got to be honest, I have no idea what they're referring to this time. I couldn't venture a guess, not even close. Or because I mean, my instinct is to say maybe they're going to unveil some corrupt dealings of the Trump regime, but they're already so immensely corrupt, and we know so many of the details of the corruption that almost feels quaint. The only thing I could think of is maybe there's a deeper plot and a deeper problem. One of the points I've been making is you really couldn't tell if this regime was put there to destroy the country. You literally couldn't tell the difference between what they're doing and actively trying to destroy the country, right? So maybe it's like some direct ties of Elon Musk to our enemies, basically working as a double agent. I don't know, but sounds like they're teasing something big. Ultimately, it's possible that it's a dud, but as I said, the last time they did one of these teaser things, they hit us with some real stuff. They were able to get all that information about the who was on these ice flights from this private company that provided the planes for the illegal ice flights. I am very curious to see. 38 days is also an oddly specific, weird amount of time. I wonder if there's any sort of foreshadowing in that. But this is what you call, they're ethical hackers, right? They try to use their powers of knowing how to hack and do all these things online. They try to use those powers for good. And so we'll see what they're up to. But you guys tell me, put in the comment section, what do you think? What do you think they're referring to here? What do you think they're teasing here? Because they also talk about how like conspiracy.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let me let me share this with you. Let's go. I don't want to deal with Marco Rubio today. Not today, Marco. Not today. I had a clip where they were asking Marco Rubio questions when he was in the Senate, as opposed to now that he's the Secretary of State, and he was saying what a war criminal Vladimir Putin is then, and all of a sudden now he's not saying the same thing. Now, if you didn't see where 4547 has said everything. Vladimir has lost his mind. He don't know what happened to him. He's really changed, but nothing about sanctions. He's killing all of these people, but nothing about sanctions. Nothing about sanctions. So he came out with another thing today saying that Vladimir, I really helped you. You helped him by telling Ukraine that you were not going to give them no more intel. Yeah, you really did help him. And we said that you were helping him at that time. So he came out with a statement today, your 4547 did, and told Vladimir he had helped him beyond what he could ever know. So what are you doing helping Putin when they invaded our allies? Those were his words, not mine. Let me see if I can find that. I probably won't be able to find that. Let me see. I probably will, though. I probably will. No, that wasn't it. That's the story. Find it yourselves. You may be hearing the story all day today because 4547 actually us wrote that out on Truth Social. I am not a subscriber to Truth Social, so I can't get it for you myself. Okay, what is this for profit? Da, 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 da. Okay, let me try one more link and see if it's here. Oh, oh, did you guys see this? This shit is mind blowing. Have you ever seen a first lady sign an executive order? So does the power of the presidency give the president's wife the power to sign executive orders? Obviously, it does. Obviously, it does. Obviously, this is the only way he could get Melania to come into town and sit next to him, even though she is sitting as far as on the corner of that chair away from him. Look, there is no chair to the left of her, and there is plenty of chair near him. She seems repulsive. Michelle Obama would have refused because she's an intelligent, educated woman who understands our Constitution. Then again, no one in the Obama administration would have suggested that she sign an executive order. So this is on Occupy Democrats page. Trump having Melania, who holds no legal authority, sign an executive order is a stunning breach of democratic norms. She is not elected, yet was used as a political prop to mimic presidential power. If Michelle Obama had done this, the outrage would be deafening. It's reckless, performative, and highlights the growing disregard for the Constitution. So were you guys aware of that? I just wanted to bring you that just in case you hadn't seen that. There it is. So let me see if there's anything else. How can I go without sharing that with you guys? Let me see. I think I found. Oh, this is where your president says that he is making all of these cuts to Medicare and Medicaid, and people have been telling him that he should take some money from the defense budget and whittle down the defense budget. And they had pretended like they Hexelf actually went in and said that he was going to take 8% from the defense budget. But now what's going on? They are increasing the defense budget to $1 trillion without having successfully completed our audit in the last 7 years, and not even being able to account for where 60% of the Pentagon budget has gone. So they're getting up to $1 trillion this year. So this is 4547 addressing let me see, is this it? This is 45 for 47, disappointing his largest supporters in this segment. Let's hear him say it for himself, that he wouldn't save a nickel from the Pentagon spending. Has he played it
The
yet?
actual factory that creates Felford Again Awards, that would be the #1 industry in America right now. So here's what Trump said. By the way, he went to West Point, gave a commencement address, and treated it just like a fucking rally because his brain is jello and he's a fucking mess. But listen to what he said here. And with one sentence, he ended up humiliating some of his biggest dick riders online who would go to the mat for the argument that actually he's more anti-war than the Democrats, bro. He's more anti-war than the Democrats, bro. Listen to this.
We have that army geared up. We have ordered, we just went $1 trillion military budget, General. Do you know that? $1 trillion. Some people say, could you cut it back? I said, I'm not cutting 10 cents. There's another thing we can cut. We can cut plenty of others. Right, Dan? We can cut plenty of other things.
I'm not cutting 10 cents. There's other things we can cut. Isn't there other things we can cut? We can cut Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare, food stamps. There's other things we can cut. I'm not cutting one dime. And this, where's MU? MU. I thought that this, he's not, he doesn't start wars. He doesn't start wars. MU, where have you been this whole administration? When the first weekend he was striking Somalia, and did you? I'm pretty sure your dingy ass didn't even know that he struck Somalia in his first weekend in office. Where are you to talk about the Yemen strikes, bitch? Where are you? You're nowhere. You're under some ball set, probably married to a whole nother woman, knowing you. But I digress. So that is in my description box. 4547 said he wouldn't save a dime for his defense budget. Why does the defense budget has to be increased to this amount? Does it even make you wonder? Let's continue.
You have a good man.
And you don't wonder about why these ships are cruising the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico, and the Pacific Ocean. You don't wonder that either. You don't wonder why he has broadened the border and to call it a military zone inside the United States. You don't wonder about none of that. But you want to talk about come to Texas. Texas got all the money. Just unwondering people. Unwondering people just wandering around the world. Wandering around the United States.
And Dan, too, General, I think you're going to find that. It's a very different warfare out there today. Now they've introduced a thing called drone. A drone is a little bit different. It makes you have to go back and learn a whole new
thing called drone that have been around since the Gulf War. Let's continue.
Form of warfare. You're going to do it better than anybody else. There won't be anybody close.
I'm not cutting 10 cents, he said. There's other things to cut. I'm not cutting 10 cents. What are those other things he cut? Meals on wheels? Feeding old people. Ugh, why would you do that? That's terrible. Pediatric cancer research? Cut it. Cut it. Nuclear safety officials? Cut it. Get rid of it. CFPB, the anti-scam police? Cut it. We don't need that. 50% of the Social Security offices? Cut it. Cut it. Get rid of it. USA to make sure that people in developing countries get their malaria medication and millions don't die of malaria and HIV and AIDS. Cut it.
And farmers get paid for the crops that they're growing. Cut it. Cut it. We got some South Africans who was willing to go in and pay for these from. So if you didn't catch these little stories that I bring to you, that's why I bring them to you, so you can see what your government is doing. Really see what your government is up to. I have one more thing. I hope this is it. Yes, I found it. Trump, 4547 admits to helping Russia. Let me I did not want to leave until I found this. If you haven't heard about it, it has been in the independent media. I didn't hear it on any other news, so I'm going to share it from where I got it. Here we go.
now saying that Vladimir Putin is, quote, playing with fire. And Trump, for the first time, publicly admits that he has actually been helping Russia and Vladimir Putin. This is a significant admission, and I'm actually kind of shocked that Donald Trump would post this. Donald Trump writes, quote, "What Vladimir Putin doesn't realize is that if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia. And I mean really bad. He's playing with fire." This right here, folks, is an admission, right? He admits that Vladimir Putin, that Trump has done things for Russia to prevent really bad things from happening to Russia. And setting that aside, Donald Trump may be the last person on this planet to realize that Russia doesn't actually want to negotiate a peace deal with Ukraine and never really has. Putin has always wanted to take all of Ukraine. He has never changed his status. And despite Trump saying he could end this war in just 24 hours, he is quickly realizing that that is just not the case. Spread the word, and I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for more. We have breaking.
Okay, so this link is in my description box. Avail yourself to my description box. The information, I try to bring the news and the information to you. Crasovo 47 is crazy work. You back, Jill? I'm glad you back. He sounds funny saying Peen Riders. He is funny. You should go over there and check him out. I like Kyle. He's a good channel. Channel is called Secular Talk. The links are in my description box. So I think I've done enough yapping for the day. I appreciate you all for being here with me. There are a few more links in my description box about a few other things. Child, I'm tired. Nope, this is enough news for me. I know you told me that's his KGB name. Okay. I appreciate you, Church Mouse, for being here. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And I'll be back with you tomorrow. I had a lot of stuff I can't listen to too much news. Hey, Jill, hit the link. Let's talk. Since you can't, can you hit the link? I should ask. I know sometimes you're busy. Not too often, though. No, I'm just kidding. If you can hit the link, get up here so I can drag you. Did you see my note that I left for you, Jill? Get up here so I can drag you, Jill. Look, now she gone again. I don't see no response. I don't see no reply. I don't see absolutely nothing. I can't hit the link today, huh? Yes, and I answered your note. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. If you answered my note. Jill said she needed some drill bits for her. She got a new she got a new machine that has a whole lot of bits to do her arts and crafts. And she said, I got to get some drill bits. I don't have any drill bits. And I was like, girl, those are 3 drill bits. She got a small, medium, and a large drill bits. And I was like, does Jill know what a drill bit is? But okay, that's all I wanted. That's what I wanted to drag you about. I know what bits are. I don't have one to drill a hole in my wood pieces. Why? You can put those bits in your drill. You can use those bits in your actual drill as well, is what I wanted to tell you. Even though they don't have the big stock on the end, you should be able to just twist your chuck all the way to the end of the drill. Even though it's not the traditional thing, your chuck will squeeze around the raw end of the drill bit, and you can still use the drill bit. That's what I was saying. Yeah, you can put those bits in a regular drill. You're going to have to tighten, especially on that tiny one, but it will tighten around the base of those drill bits. So try it out. Try to put it in your the chuck of your drill bit and tighten it, and tighten it real tight. Once it squeeze around the bottom of the drill bit, and you'll be able to. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're drilling in no hardwood or no mahogany or oak or anything like that. Shit, your ass drilling in tongue depressor shit. You can use a motherfucking butter knife to put a hole in the shit that we be crafting with, but not my next craft. You ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, so make sure you go out and get you some drill bits for sure. For my next project that we're going to be doing, you may want to get a drill bit that sinks the hole, so your hardware won't be above the surface of your wood. You know, the countersinking bit, that would be nice. That would be nice if you get a countersinking drill bit. That ensures that the head of your nail will be sunk inside of the wood, like a eighth of an inch inside of the wood. And hey, we stepping it up, Jill. A countersink instead of flush with the wood. Instead of your screw head being flush with the wood, it is countersunk into the wood. It's a drill bit that you use. You drill the hole, and it drills like a little deeper hole around there, and you can screw your drill head in, your screw head in. You can screw your screw in, and the head would be sunk inside of the wood instead of sitting on surface level with the wood, and it gives a more professional look to it. And then, we do it like that. Hey, the bushes. Oh, you like that? We are going to be, Lord. Hey, we're upping our crafting game. Ronnie Hugh, that's what I said I needed. What? I know what bits are. I don't have the one to drill a hole in my wood pieces. I don't have one to drill a hole in my wood pieces. You can drill a hole in your wood pieces with the ones that you have, is what I'm saying. I saw the ones you have, and you can drill a hole in those. I ain't fighting with you, girl. Get you a countersink drill bit. Since you're buying some drill bits, make sure you get a countersink bit. You can use it on. You can use the countersink bits on many different sizes of drill bits. So make sure you get a countersink bit as well. How about that? Since you're shopping for drill bits, get ready for our crafting. The bushes. Who did the bushes say that is nice? The bushes. That is going to be my next crafting project. I'm going to do that sometime either mid-June or late June. I am going to do that. Mid-June or late June. It'll probably be late June. I was thinking about doing it after the 4th of July, but that seems so far out for me, and I really want to get on it. Yes, I did say after the 4th of July initially, Jill. Don't come whining and complaining. My daddy taught me a lot. He worked on cars and was a locksmith, so I know my stuff, honey. I didn't say you didn't know your stuff, but I was just saying that you can use those drill bits to drill a hole in your wood. That's all I'm saying. You're using tongue depressors. It's not like you're using any real wood anyway. So I mean, I don't even understand why we're going back and forth about this. Jill act like she need a drill bit to drill through a tree. Girl, you got 3 drill bits. Use them. The ones that I have are screwdriver. flatheads. Okay. Okay. It didn't look that way. Maybe it didn't appear that way to me. Yes, I am going to post the items list. When I get my day, I'm going to post my supply list. This is very easy to put together. I'm going to give you the cut list, how wide and how long each piece needs to be. It is a very easy thing to put together. You will be surprised. Don't take it seriously, huh? I'm not taking it seriously. I'm just like, Jill, I'm just trying to get you to the project. I may have, yeah, it looked like a regular drill bits to me. I didn't see why you couldn't use it. I was just trying to help you out. So yes, we're gonna have a cut list. You can paint it one color. You can paint it like this, or you can just stain it, or you can stain it two different stain colors. How about that? However you want to create your shelf that will fit whatever space you plan to use your shelf on. You can stain it all one color. You can stain it two different colors like is done here. And yeah, we're gonna get together, and all you need is your pre-cut wood, a little wood glue, some screws, a screwdriver. I say you paint or stain your wood prior to putting it together. It's easier to paint and stain your wood prior to putting it together. You come with your wood already painted, already stained, and less problems. And we're gonna do this thing. Hey, Geechee girl, how you doing? Long time no see, but it's always good to see you. Okay, let me leave Ronnie Q alone. So you're saying my easel is made with cheap? Your easel is made with cheap wood. What I'm saying is your easel is made with soft wood. I'm saying soft wood. Soft. It's not hardwood. It's softwood. So you should be fine with those. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a great remainder of your day, and hit the like button, share, and if you want to support the channel, down the $ Ronnie Q. I still have memberships. You are more than welcome to support this channel. And the first way that you support me is to have to come over here and have a click and a view. Peace, Liz Livos. You have a blessed day, everyone. Everyone but me. You're supposed to say me in particular have a blessed day. I'm not one of everyone. I'm Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. Bye.
In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air. It's time for Ronnie Q.